Okay. All right, I believe we are live now. It is a little bit early for me. Hello, tier list. Welcome. All right, we're just going to wait around for a little bit until a few more people hop on here. Peaceful. You trying to do math homework, Peaceful? Is that what's going on? Because if so, I feel that. I seriously feel that. Oh, I am a business major as far as I did the 4 additional years of schooling to get a degree that I so far have not really put to use at all. And yeah, some of the math classes for business math and stuff like that were just like business math wasn't bad except that I took it first year, and first year was probably a little bit early, like 18 turning 19, to be learning about compounding interest and a few things like that. There we go. Let's go. Zykov. Ooh, I like what Zykov has got. Took him long enough, like my god. But yeah, Zykov's finally got X Factors. It took him like 3 seasons, which is insane. Because normally it's a little bit, like just a little bit quicker than that. But yeah, that's a small but good win. Like, we'll celebrate that. And at this point, this contract and everything with Zykov getting the 2-year, I think it was 2 year 6 million, 3 year 6 million. That extension's going to kick in until he's 25. He'll still be an RFA. But it pretty much ensures that he's going to develop now at this point, because he's already developed a bit. Spinnerham, Ascendant, and Born Leader, like those are 3 really good X Factors to have. I really like Born Leader as an X Factor. It's actually one of my favorite X Factors, because then whenever your guy scores, your entire team's just like psyched up, ready to go. It's a beautiful X Factor. Also, Holloway, man. Holy Holloway. He looks so good. 91 overall now. Yes. Yes. Okay. Alright. Honestly, I think we're just going to get rolling here pretty quickly. We've got 3-4 viewers in here already, and I think we're ready to go. So, alright, let me just pop the recording button on. Actually, let me just make sure I have enough. 141 gigabytes of space. Yeah, we should be good. Okay. I just got to make sure I have enough storage space to hold the whole recording, because the recordings are like 55 gigabytes or something like that. So, all right, let's get it rolling here. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanios here. Welcome to episode number 26 of the edited version. I believe we're that far in now. Let's see. Yeah. 2 episodes more on the 13th live stream. I guess it's going to be 25, actually. Okay, let me redo that. Okay. It's 25. I'm not doing math either, as you can see, Peaceful. But, all right. 3, 2, 1. Hey, guys. How's it going? It's Etanios here. Welcome to episode number 25 of this NHL 24 Draft to Glory franchise mode here on the edited side of YouTube. We are, of course, live streaming this series as well. So if you want to catch a live stream, make sure you go check out my community tab to never miss what dates and times I am going to be live streaming. But today we are getting into the 2034 NHL entry draft. We, of course, lost in round 2 of the playoffs this most previous year to, I believe it was the Montreal Canadiens. No, sorry. That was last year. This year, we lost in round 1 to the Detroit Red Wings in 6 games. It was a bit of a disappointing performance from the Growlers. You can kind of see them in the bottom corner right above my face cam right here. But yeah, not exactly our most preferred performance. It would have been nice for us to go farther. The Halifax Huskies, of course, also got eliminated in the first round, so it was a disappointing playoff year, but overall, the team did really well. We finished second place in the league, only behind the Carolina Hurricanes, who of course went on to win the cup. So we're right there. Like, we are so close to being that team that can go all the way and win the cup. And you look at some of the growth that we've experienced just over this stretch of the off season from how good of a season we had altogether. And it's mainly names like Weston Holloway getting up to a 91 overall, Ivan Zykov getting up to an 88 overall, and he's grown some X factors finally, as you can see there. That is, it took him about time. Like, it was more than long enough for him to develop that. Hedberg's up to an 87, so he's probably going to be more of a first-line player here coming up. Caden Sanchez obviously still holds the crease, as apparently he's an elite goalie, which makes no sense to me because he's been questionable at best usually, but like, he's won a decent chunk of games for this team. He's almost at 100 wins now, with, you know, Ludwig Modin staring down the barrel of the starting role as well, trying to take it away from Sanchez at this point, because he's going to be good enough to do it here in just a year or so. And yeah, that is where we're currently at. I think we are going to be running 3 goalies still, probably because, you know, Delmore's good enough to stay in the league. Saunders is good enough to be a starter in the AHL, and he might get even better than that. We'll have to wait and see. We might have a goalie dilemma on our hands, which isn't actually the worst scenario in case to have. And yeah, we'll probably be trying to get a guy like Hunter Sogas into the team this year. So that is going to be some of the moves that happen here in this offseason. But first things first, let's get to the draft. And let's see, we're in year 11. Okay. So, as we talked about 2 episodes ago, the draft class quality was on low for this draft because of how we were playing, and then we just recently switched it over to a low high. That'll be next year's draft class, so that's going to be an interesting time. But the first round, we're picking in the late first round. I believe we're going to be around pick 23 to 26 or so. But yeah, let's get to it. So we did the retirees and the lottery and everything in the last episode. If you need to go back and check that out, there's a link in the description. But let's go just check out what our team is looking like for picks. And okay, we're gonna be picking at pick 29. So that's not ideal, but we can make it work. Yeah, we'll make it work. Okay, so with pick 29, that probably eliminates a few players that we were looking at to probably draft, but I just want to know from you guys, we'll probably put it in the chat here, but do we take a Tommy Heino or do we take a Bo Hale? Because Bo Hale looks really good. Not that we necessarily need another elite goalie in the system, but having another elite goalie in the system doesn't necessarily hurt either. So what do you guys think? This is going to be pick 29 for us, so again, going a little off the board because there isn't really a whole lot around that 28, 29 range, as you can see. It's, again, that low draft class quality. So, you know, maybe Andy Brennan's an option, maybe Easton Mendoza's an option. I do actually quite like how Tommy Heino looks. But yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking in the chat. I'll actually, you know, let's type up a little poll. Sorry, not a Q&A. That's not right. Start a poll. Who should we draft with pick 29? Bo Hale, who's a 2-year ETA elite goalie. We got Heino, who's a 3-year top 6 right wing sniper. Okay, so those are your 2 options there, guys. Those are the only players I'm really gonna go with. So yeah, we'll let that just sit there for a moment in the chat, and hopefully you guys start voting on it here. But yeah, we've got 5 people in, so I'd love to get all 5 votes on it. We'll see if you guys can actually do that. But Wow, that is some watery coffee this morning. I don't think I made that properly. 50-50 right now. Yeah, exactly. So, and yeah, I don't really feel like taking a guy like Peter Curry. Oh, okay. And the first overall pick is in. It's going to be Andrei Svitov. He's only 81 rated. Not a super amazing pick, but again, that's kind of what we're getting from this first round. If we actually go and look at the first round, there's not a lot of elite players. There's literally 3 more after that first guy. And that's about it. Like, there are some solid players, but also looking at this draft class based on the players we have pinned, it's a pretty weak class overall, if I'm being completely honest. I'm hoping Braden McCutcheon's going to be a low elite. We're going to try to draft him with our last pick. Besides that, do you guys want to see me take Alan Montador? Because he's a bit of a risky pick. Yeah, that would have been... I feel like I've almost done that a few times right now. Ooh, you guys actually think Tommy Heino over the elite goalie. Okay, all right. Because, yeah, the thing with Bo Hale is, again, 2-year ETA. He'd probably be in the system within 2 years. Like, he would be a good pick. And then the option is we could sign him, qualify him, go through that whole process. Or maybe we end up qualifying a guy like... what's his face? Maybe we end up qualifying a guy like Caden Sanchez at some point. But what are your guys' thoughts and opinions on this guy? Because I think he could be a great pick, Alan Montador. But at the same time, I don't know. Looking like the winger wins. Yeah, that looks like it, which I'm fine with. I'm glad you guys are going through it. And again, we've seen gems actually develop. But what do you guys think about this guy? Because 6'7", 227, we could grab him with like a... Oh, I don't know. It would be our 4th round pick probably. Yeah, 4th would land him. Like our 4th rounder would land him. But there's a lot of other players around that 4th round pick that could be good too. There's guys like... this guy, Nicholas Blomstrand, he is 19 rather than 18. Is Montador 18? I think he's 19. No, he's 7. Okay, so Montador might actually not be a bad option, even if he does only turn out to be like a top 6 or top 9. There's a player there for sure. So, all right, let's see what the poll's saying. Take the 6'7". Yeah, that is an insane listed size. Okay, so we will take Alan Montador. That's going to be a fun pick. Yeah, okay. All right, let's do it. Why not? That's TNT's son, who's... Who's TNT? TNT... Oh, I am just drawing a blank right now. TNT's son. Okay, so Luamala goes second. Oh, Tage, right. Oh my god, I am asleep this morning. Okay, so, you know what? I think we're ready to go. It seems like most of you guys wanted Heino. So yeah, let's end the poll there. Let's go for it. Tommy Heino is going to be the player. 3 votes, you know what? That's fine. I'm okay with that. So, we will run that up. And, okay, for the last few picks, Chernak goes to Dallas. Kozlov goes to Edmonton. And, ooh, hold on. That, if I'm not mistaken, that pick was not the Edmonton Oilers originally. Yeah, they traded. They traded pick 12 and a 4. Wow. What does that tell you about this draft as far as how weak it is? Edmonton actually was probably quite smart to trade up there. That's, yeah. Yeah, no, it's a great nickname. Tage Thompson, TNT, yeah. All right, and then, let's see. Tony Karttunen. I kind of figured I knew who the top 4 guys were going to be, but after that, I wasn't sure. Tony Karttunen, center out of, what, Liga? Yep. Liga. Okay. So, yeah, I kind of had the top 4 predicted, but after that, I also did lay out my picks already as far as who I thought we were going to draft. But at the same time, I'm glad that I actually, went over the chat with it here and actually got your guys' opinion, because that changed who I thought we were going to take. I thought for sure we'd be taking Bo Hale. But, no, that's changed, and that's great. So, all right, Strudwick goes. He looks pretty good. Crane's pretty good. That was about it. quite a few top 6 and top 4 players in here, but overall not the strongest draft class by any means. So looking at our pick, we are going to go off the board by a little bit, and Tommy Heino is going to be the pick. Medium top 6, SHL right wing, sniper, 5'11", 180, 5'18", and all right, he's going to be the pick. We're not really going to hesitate here too much, and we will take him, and then some other team will, not luck out, but some other team will make the good pick of Bo Hale. But yeah, we'll take Tommy Heino here and hope he develops. Oh, excuse me. And he's 64 overall. All right, not bad. I like number 62 as well. That's a nice, unique number. And all right, that is Tommy Heino. Should be a solid pick for us. Again, as long as we pick a top 6 guy later on, I have no issues with it. But yeah, some team's going to luck out here and get a Bo Hale in the second round, which is crazy to think about. Also, if Carolina got Bo Hale, I think I might cry because they're already such a good team. Okay, they got Cummins. So, all right, we'll go over to pick 62 now. And at 62, all right, who got the goalie? It's going to be Calgary Flames. All right. Ooh, that's a good pick for Calgary. 68 overall. That's probably one of the highest overall ratings we're going to see outside of the first round in this draft. So yeah, Bo Hale, heck of a goalie, looks really good, and the Calgary Flames land the first overall pick and Bo Hale as well, which is crazy. So, on to our next pick here. We are going to pass on Ralph Travica. Again, we don't really need goalies at this point. We have more than enough goalies in our system. But for our second round pick, I don't really want to take Juha Lapalainen because he's 20 years old. My next pick would be quite a bit off the board here, and we would be going with this guy, John Chucko. Just because of how the next few picks fall. Like, I want to get Terry Ray as well, but John Chucko's the next guy. So we're going to take a grinder here. I think that's going to be a good one. Sure, Peaceful. Yeah, which prospect are you talking about there for which guy I edited? Anyways, we're going to take Chucko here. So Chucko's our second round pick. He's a 50 rated medium elite grinder. That is a fabulous player. He might develop. We'll have to wait and see. And all right, on to pick 95. But yeah, fire away there, Peaceful. I'm interested in what your question is. Mats Timander. That's a right-handed goalie as well. So that's a pretty unique goalie there. Interesting. Lapalainen was 63 rated, so I am fine with the 50 rated elite over that. And all right. So there's Chucko. Travica went right after to Dallas, so a good pick for Dallas. And after that, we are, of course, going to go with Terry Ray. All right, and Terry Ray, also a medium elite, and he's 57 rated. Okay, not bad for a 20-year-old. That's about as good of a rating as you're going to get, and he's playing down there. Yeah, the reason why I had my U as only a medium 6 is because, well, like, don't get me wrong, I think he could have top 4 potential, but he's a late first round pick. While he's got good size, I don't know, like, I look at it from this perspective of the NHL takes a lot of mental stamina and resilience to actually make it a successful career for you. And based on what Mayu's kind of gotten himself into trouble with already, don't get me wrong, I think he's a hell of a hockey player. But based on the trouble he's already gotten himself into, I don't know if he quite has that mental ability to play at the highest level, to be one of the toughest competitors, to do all those things that it takes to become a great NHL player. I think he's going to be a very, very serviceable NHL player for the Montreal Canadiens, but do I ever see him as more than like that, maybe like the 4th or like 5-6 defenseman on Montreal? Not really. Reason being is because they have so many other prospects that are going to trump him as far as skill and ability goes. And don't get me wrong, I think Mayu could be a top 4 defender, like a consistent shoe-in top 4 defender on a lot of other prospects or a lot of other teams' blue line. But yeah, I don't know. Montreal seems like such a defensive hotspot already that I think he is gonna, not he's going to struggle there, but he might struggle there. That's why I had him as top 6. And honestly, Peaceful, I do think maybe that might be a little biased thinking he is top 4. I think I think I had him as a high top 6. I might be wrong. I think I had him as a high top 6 because he did have a fabulous year in the OHL this year with the London Knights. But at the same time, I was like, or I guess it would have been last year now, right? Because yeah, he's. Let me go look at Logan Mailloux. Yeah, 47 points in Laval. It's pretty good. He's definitely an offensive-minded defenseman. But he also had 91 penalty minutes. Like, that seems like a lot as well for me. So, I don't know. That was just my opinion. I can't necessarily back up and support every reasoning for it, but that was my backup support and reasoning for it. So, all right, on to pick 128, and this is where we were going to go off the board here. I initially predicted that we would probably take Nicholas Blomstrand here, but I am okay taking the massive winger here instead in Alan Montador and taking the risk on him. So we will do an Alan Montador and WHL left winger. I have no idea what 6'7", 227 at 17. That's just insane. I'm interested, though, as to what kind of build and what potentially he's going to have. Because even if he's top 9, I'm not going to be upset. I think that's the worst he could be here. But let's hope and pray. And here we go. We're drafting an absolute mammoth of a player here. And, oh my god, he's an enforcer. Okay, then. That is something new. We haven't drafted an enforcer yet, I believe. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure we haven't. So 48 rated enforcer, that is something new for sure for the Growlers. So yeah, I mean, not surprising that he's an enforcer at that size, but a top 6 enforcer. That's crazy. That is absolutely bonkers. So, all right. Ooh, Kozlov was nice. I think we knew about him. Dowd, wow. 73 rated goalie. That is a steal for the Sabres. Saad was 48 rated. That's kind of what we expected, and we didn't draft him, but that's fine. You know what? We don't really need goalies. We'll take a starter in the 7th round because why not add one additional prospect to your pool? But this guy, holy moly, this guy is a freaking force of nature. He's got a chance to make our lineup. I don't know about this rookie camp, maybe in 2 rookie camps from now, but give him time. He's playing in Everett, so again, another Everett prospect that you know what? Right D-man here. Ah, shoot. We might have to pass on Reinhardt here. I want to draft him, but the problem is we still have... Okay, so these would be my last 3 picks for the upcoming... Because we have 161, 194, and 227. So McCutcheon would be my 227. He's a gem, hopefully going to be low elite. Smith Pelly would be my next pick here at 1... What would it be? It would be at 161. So I would take Smith Pelly next here normally. But we could get away with taking him at 194 and just skip over Malmstrom for now. So that is an option too. But Malmstrom looks good as well. He's a 6'5 goalie. Honestly, hold on. How are we doing on defensemen? I just want to actually take a look here. Let's call a quick timeout because I am now stuck on this. Oh god, don't auto draft. That's not what I wanted to do either. Okay. Holy moly, controller. Let me hit the right button. There you go. Okay. Let's just go look at our prospect pool because this is something we should probably touch on here. Okay. Defensemen. We've got our top 4. We've got a few other few other guys that are, already there. Goudreau's already 24, Gore's 23. Magnuson and Robbins are 21. They look okay. I should probably just go, over the last couple drafts, like we got Fortin, we got Richie, we got Bendahan, and we got Niemi. So those are kind of our main guys. I guess we got, actually, McBride looks really good now that I'm thinking about it, yeah. Nelson McBride's a good player too. So I don't think we necessarily need Bendahan. That's okay, Peaceful. That's all right. I love talking prospects and stuff like that. It makes my stream go by faster for sure. So I think we are going to pass on Charlie Reinhart for now, although he does look like a great defenseman. I think we just probably need the depth in other places a little bit more because, again, you only get 6 defense versus you get all of these players at other positions where it's like, okay, should probably draft for those. We'll do Smith Pelly, then Malmstrom, and then finish off with McCutcheon. I'm just going to stick with that. I think that's the right order. So Smith Pelly, 51 rated, low elite. We did probably pass up on a better player there in Reinhardt. And he was 55 rated, but he's 19. I guess Smith Pelly's 19 as well. Yeah, okay. You know what? Whatever. That's give and take. So. Okay, so after Smith Pelly, we're looking at that Malmstrom goalie. He looks quite solid for a 17 turning 18-year-old, or I guess he is just an 18-year-old at this point. Who's the low elite here? Oh no, it was the medium elite in Sod. That's who I saw. Okay. All right, not bad. We're not missing a whole lot of picks. Like I'm pretty happy with who we're grabbing. Well, we could go with Caden Spencer. He is a 20-year-old, so I'm going to pass on that. And we'll take the 18-year-old goalie and then the 18-year-old winger. And all right, Johan Malmstrom turns out to be, oh my god, he's 57 rated. That's actually crazy for an 18-year-old. Like, that is probably one of the best rated goalies you're going to see as far as age and rating. Jeez. That's a heck of a goalie. Okay, I'm really impressed with that. So, we'll go over to 227. Let's see if any other draft steals popped up here. I feel like there's probably a better tendency of them to pop up in rounds like this. So, yeah, Kevin Shelley was good. We had him pinned. Daly's not too bad. And is there anybody else? Chat disappeared. Weird. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it does tend to happen if I click off the window by accident. Okay, so Malmstrom was good. That was kind of it. So, yeah, not really. Oh, my God. Hervinen's huge. 6'4", 222. That's a massive player. But, yeah, for the last pick here, we'll go with Braden McCutcheon. Fabulous last name. And a gem, too. And we're hoping he's a low elite. And is he? Yes, he is. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. So, that's one of the few 7th-round picks we've actually hit on here. Yeah, wow, I'm very happy with this draft. We did not draft a single bad potential player. Like, we literally got, let's see, what do we get? We get 2 medium elites, 2 low elites, a medium starter, and 2 top 6 forwards. Like, that is a heck of a draft. I am very happy there. And, yeah, I know this live stream's titled The Learning Curve. But we've learned how to draft, that's for sure. But there's our draft. Heck of a draft. I'm super happy with it. Wow, that was great. That was just a great overall draft. I have 0 complaints with how well that went. Touching up my spreadsheet here on those few changes we saw and made. I believe Montador was Canadian. I might be wrong on that, but yeah, that's our draft. We are already 12 seasons in. That is absolutely crazy to me. I cannot believe we're that far into this draft to glory already. I guess streaming it makes it go a lot quicker. So, all right. Heck of a way to finish up this last kind of, 2033-34 season here. I'm very happy with how everything has gone. Our team's projecting on the right direction. We're drafting good players still with our late picks. It's true. Magnuson was also a 7th-round steal. Yep, that is a very good point. Let's go. You know what? Why don't we do this? I always find this interesting. So we go largest pick available. Who's the largest picks? It looks like Timonen and Tuzolino are two of our best players that are actually in the system. Timonen's medium 6 now, which is awesome. Because, he deserved medium 6 with the season he just had. He had a great year. But, yeah, it looks like mainly, 4th-round picks make our team. The first through thirds are a lot more common. Yeah, DuPont is high franchise now, which is crazy. But then, you look down in the system here, and guys like Artmeyer, guys like McCutcheon are really late-round picks, but have that potential to make the team still. They're not guaranteed to make it by any means, but there's an opportunity there for them at least. Magnuson is a 6th-round pick. Magnuson was a 6th, so not quite a 7th. He could have been a 7th, but we would have missed him with that pick. So, we will. Don't worry. We're gonna extend fancy. That's all good. No, that's all good. Peaceful. Like, it's hard to remember that far back. I honestly thought he was a 7th-rounder too. So, but if we look at the system, like Smith-Pelly grew fairly nicely. A few other guys, like Magnuson 74 rated now, which is great. We look at the maximum amount of growth out of the system, and there's a few guys that had a pretty solid year as far as ability and growth goes. And as far as the system goes, there wasn't a whole lot of changes in growth, but we'll take it. Hedberg and Belchet's growing that much is good. I mean, Belchet's didn't actually change ratings, so he must just be really refining his game as a 91 overall player. Seems to be the case, so I mean, Belchet's is going to be exact elite potential here in no time at all, really. All right, so that is the off season for us. Galley's a 75 already. Please make the NHL next year. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he has the overall ability to do it. Now we are in the market for a new coach, right? So that is something fun that we're gonna have to pay attention to. Gordon Barrett is one of the few guys that I really don't feel the need to keep around. So I think we sign Radek Piros as we'll sign him as the head coach, and then we'll bump him down. I think that's probably going to be the play. No, unfortunately it doesn't. I could do the manual calculation to figure it out, but I just kind of don't really feel like doing that. So let's not lowball Piros, but give him like exactly a $1.2 million contract as head coach and see if he takes it. But I don't think we're extending Barrett. He just, they both... Halsey, welcome. Finally get to watch a stream. Awesome. I'm glad you could make it. We're currently in the off season and the re-signing phase right now. We just landed a pretty solid draft. We got a medium top 6 enforcer that's 6'7" and 227 pounds in the 4th round. Yeah, he was a pick 128, so one of the craziest draft picks we've seen so far. He was only 48 overall, but still, that size and potential is actually crazy. So that was probably the highlight of this draft. That is a great contract for an A- head coach. I would agree with that. Peaceful. And we've got quite a few extensions to do here as well. So overall, our top end of the team is pretty well set at this point. Again, for those of you who missed the very start of the stream, Zykov actually got X Factors finally. It took him long enough, but he got some good ones. And Sven Hedberg's going to need an extension. I honestly think Hedberg's going to just be getting a full 8-year extension. Take him right till he's 29. I think that's probably going to be the play here. And, we do still have some money because we had Zamula as the cap whale here, which worked out quite nicely for us. The team is looking stacked. It's a good spot to be at. All right, we're gonna rip. 950. You think Hedberg's gonna be 11 and a quarter? That would be crazy. I hope he's less than that. I really do, because I don't know if we can afford that amount of money. Like, we could afford that amount of money, but we're ripping a max 2A on Kuiper. He's been great in the AHL. We'll rip a max on Cody Sweat as well. Swanson's been scoring like a madman down in the AHL, so we should extend him. Georges didn't actually play this year, just based on other players prioritizing over him. And you know what? We're just going to sign a whole bunch of max two-way deals here for these guys because, all right, Georges doesn't want to re-sign, so this might be the end of the Harrison Georges era, which is okay. He didn't really actually do all that much for our team, unfortunately. Logan Gore will get an extension. We might have to let Voinov and Arvidsson or one of those guys go. We'll see. Because, yeah, we have McBride. McBride's a big defensive signing here. He was really good this previous year in Liga there with the Pelicans. And, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Fortin we're going to want to re-sign as well. I think we're probably going to walk Josh Odell. He was one of those kind of dud 7th-rounders that I didn't really feel the need to re-sign. Juha Tuomainen could grow, probably won't grow, and has like the worst potential available. So yeah, this was the enforcer here. You guys can see him now. Absolutely crazy build of a player. I've just never really seen a guy look like that. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, exactly, Peaceful. We are going to have to let guys walk, unfortunately. So yeah, I don't think we won't lock Zamula, even though he doesn't want to. He could grow even bigger. That's true. But yeah, we will start to kind of prioritize. Let's just go to all expiring. All right, so I think we're probably letting Svitov go here this year. He's got worse potential than Standard, and we did just draft Caden Standard, so it would make no sense to just release him. And I have faith in these three guys up at the top. Yeah, Modin is going to be insanely good. He's one of the best developing goalies I've seen. Also, he had a 7 shutout year 2 years ago. Standard could be our next Delmore, essentially. That's what I'm looking at. But yeah, he's been good. Hasn't been like out of this world with his stats by any means, but you know, he had 7 shutouts the year we drafted him, so of course we were going to take him. And then of course we have to extend Ryan Fanti. So I think we have a maximum amount of 6 goalie spots. So yeah, if we release Fitov, then Standard and Fanti still get signed. Yeah, fair enough, Peaceful. But yeah, we want to keep Saunders around as another option. Whoa, hold on. Okay. We'll go 2 years at $950. I'm hoping so. We'll be looking at that extension coming up here. And although he hasn't played an NHL game yet, he's proved that he's probably going to be our guy coming up here, because you look at his stats, the 9 shutouts and 76 wins over his 2 seasons. No, we're not going to lose Fanti. We're going to be good. We're going to release Svitov instead. But you look at his stats compared to what Sanchez's stats were. You know, Sanchez was good too. I guess, yeah, Sanchez got that extra season in there of like kind of playing backup more so. Yeah, exactly. So it's worth it to sign that long-term deal. Okay, so Artem Svitov, let's see, does he have any? Ooh, he's got a lot of guys that are actually pretty solid chemistry with him, so that's going to stink. But we'll do it anyways, so goodbye, Artem Svitov. I apologize to any of those players that are butthurt about him not getting extended. And we're going to extend Fanti for... No, you know what? We're going to do 1 year, just because I am scared that if we do 2, he's going to call it quits and retire, and that's not what we want to see. And then as far as the defense goes, we are going to release Harrison George. Actually, maybe we keep Georges as the cap whale this year. I wouldn't be fully against that. Because, yeah, Zamula's pretty much done. He's 34 years old now, so that's a player that I don't really feel the need to hold on to too much longer. So, yeah, we'll release Zamula. That'll clear up 1 spot. He doesn't really want to be here anymore anyways, so we will then sign McBride to a contract. Yeah, Zamula's gone. He's gone. We had to do it. I'm thinking Harrison Calder's probably gone too, even though he had that crazy playoffs where he had 5 goals, which is insane for a defenseman. But yeah, Calder just never really got good enough, unfortunately. Like, that's kind of how I'm looking at it. And yeah, like, Yeah, unfortunately he is. And if we qualify him, he will sign because nobody else is going to give him a contract. So, um, yeah, we're probably going to have to let him go as well, which is, it's tough for me because I draft all of these guys and they look good. They look like they have potential. But, we want to sign Fortin and Bendahan still. And Calder just goes against that. Should have won the Calder. I wish he had. It didn't happen, so it's been a heck of a run, Harrison. Thank you for the time you've served. He's actually a player that I have appreciated overall. Zamula was good. He had his years with Levshinov that just looked out of this world. But yeah, we'll re-sign 410. We're going to let Odell walk. We're going to... Let's see. Who else are we going for here? I think Engel's been just good enough to keep him. He's still part of that crew that won the Calder Cup here not that long ago. I think, actually, I'm pretty sure Harrison Calder did win a Calder Cup. So that's kind of cool. And then our left wing is just stacked because we cannot draft right wingers for some reason. But yeah, I think Voinov's probably the guy on the way out here. Again, 75 rated to 25. Although he could be a depth forward, we have all these other guys that could be depth forwards over him. So yeah, we'll release Voinov. It's been a heck of a run for him. Caught like 20 left wings. It's crazy. I know, right? But then we'll still sign one. We'll still go for Juha Tuomainen. And then for the centers, we actually have a decent chunk of centers here now too. Hunter Sogas is getting an opportunity this year. There's no way I'm not putting him in the NHL. He's just better than Pentakainen at this point, so why wouldn't we put him in, right? Like, that's exactly it. So, but apart from that, we got a really good center prospect pool here now. It's looking a lot better than it was even just a few seasons ago. And who are we letting go here? Okay, so Pentakainen will stay in the league, be an additional depth piece. So he'll be one of the two forwards that we keep around. I need to look at all our forwards now because we've got top 3, top 6, top 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 takes us to Sogas, and then we've got Kuiper and Pentakainen will probably be the two guys this year. Kuiper had such a crazy year in the AHL that I think we have to give him the duty of being a sub for the NHL, if not a starter, because he's just as good as Järvinen at this point. And while Järvinen's been solid, he hasn't really scored a whole lot. I did not mean to back out. So, all right, with all those contracts pretty much done here at this point, I'm sure there's a couple guys I missed. Got him for 9.25. Yeah, we got Misa on a freaking steal. 7.075. You might have missed that piece, folks. It was right at the end of one of the streams. And some of you guys were like, oh, don't extend him. And I'm sitting here like, he wants under 8 million. We're extending him right now. Like, we're doing that right now. I'm not hesitating on it. So, yeah, no, we got some crazy good deals. Belchet's is a steal of a deal, too. Yeah. Yeah, Järvinen's a grinder, exactly. That's why he hasn't put up crazy stats. But then again, like Houston's a grinder. He also put up better stats. He is a little bit younger and a little bit better, but not really all that much better. So, yeah, I don't know. Like he had a 33-point year in his rookie year in Newfoundland, which was actually crazy. And then he's just progressively gotten worse from there. But yeah. I hear the reason we drafted Misa. A little bit, yeah, but that's okay. We are going to re-sign Milan Sekris because we need the center depth. That was the one player where I was like, who are we forgetting here? And then, do you think we really need to sign Bendahan? I mean, he could grow. He could also not grow. There's an opportunity for that. Okay, well, you know what? Let's advance and just see how many spots we have. I don't think we're going to have a whole lot of opportunities in spots, but we do get Piros on the contract. Fukali is another re-sign. We get a ton of scouts. All right. I think we're getting pretty much everybody here. I don't see why we wouldn't. And the only reason we wouldn't, I think we got the one player there. I might be wrong. Let's see. All expiring. Oh, it was Millman. Yeah, Millman didn't like the dollar amount. Go figure. Go figure Noel's going to be like that. To be fair, he didn't really get to play a whole lot this last year. He was great in Halifax for a few seasons there, but Fanti is back making the graphic right now. That's awesome, Fiesel. That's awesome. Let's go a max deal for him, or not a max deal. Let's go 1.1 for the next 2 years for Millman. And he will very likely be in the AHL because we'll have to put, well, not that we'll have to put Georges, but Georges is going to be a cap whale here. So we're going to put him as like a let's go $19 million player. You know, he served his time. He's been a good player. That's what we'll offer him. But yeah, apart from that, we'll rip Arvidsson for a pretty cheap deal. And then that's going to be it. We're not even going to have room for Bendahan. So Georges deserves it, exactly. Yeah, I'm down with that. I have no issue about giving him this. I'm just making sure that we have enough money to sign everybody else still, and I think we should. You know what? Let's do 18 just to be safe. Again, it's still a really good chunk of change for Georges. He stuck it out through all the dark years here, and it's been mainly Halifax. I don't think he's ever actually played a game in the NHL by the looks of it, so maybe that's something we'll have to give to him this upcoming year, because he is 27 now, or 28 now, so yeah, that's something to consider. And alright, looking good. I think we got everybody there. So yeah, that is it for for the re-sign phase. The re-sign phase is like a chess match every year now at this point, because we have so many pieces that we're moving around and trying to make work and fit, and it's hard sometimes, if I'm being honest. It's really hard to figure out who stays, who goes, what kind of contracts and deals we're offering, and yeah, it's always fun though. It makes it a lot more challenging. So, okay, we are ready to rip to free agency. We're going to get some big name deals done here as far as Sven Hedberg, Ludwig Gondin. We're preemptively signing these guys because they are going to be star players for this team in the very near future. So let's advance a little further. You can. I'm allowed to, at least for this draft to glory. I think that's fair. Like, even if we do release them, as long as they're a Newfoundland Growler, we can re-sign them. All right, so it is time for new coaches. And the question is, well, obviously we don't have $7.9 million, but the question more so is which coaches fit our system nicely. And a 67% scheme fit is pretty good. A- teaching there on that coach. And double pinch and shoot isn't going to work. This guy would probably work better, Clint Carlton. I'm just wondering, did Macaulay have a better... No, Macaulay did not. So Carlton's probably the way to go. He is 56 already, but I'd rather just roll with the A- coaches that seemed to work for us last year. Well, you know, an A+ coach like this would be absolutely crazy. We do not have that type of money. So what I'm really hoping is that these A- coaches grow into A+ coaches over the span of a 4-year contract. All right, so let's rip Clint Carlton. Got no issues there with him. And really at this point, if we get, you know, what's his rating? A-. So if we get an A- teaching there, and then you look at the scouts and prospects we have already, and we get more solid growth from our other players, this is gonna be a heck of a team in no time at all. So, all right, any other growth that we've seen that I'm missing for some reason? Doesn't look like it, so we will just continue on here. The other thing I am gonna look at here quickly is cleaning up my scouting staff. Reason being is because we have some pretty weak scouts, in my opinion. Like, I would love to get rid of these C- scouts and hire on better ones. Oh yeah, DuPont was at 95 not that long ago. It's just he dropped a little with our first round playoff exit, which you can't really blame him for. These are A- and A-rated scouts, so probably worth looking into a little more here. So you know what, we'll rip a contract here for Christoph Greff. Put him in the OHL for sure. But yeah, there's quite a few scouts in here where I'm like, okay, we need to clean this up a little bit. Let's fire one scout. Does it not cost us anything to fire scouts? Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great. I love that. Okay. So we'll fire off these 2 C- WHL scouts because I'm sure we'll find better than that. We'll fire off the C- Russian scout. And honestly, like, we could probably clear out a whole ton of these scouts for better rated scouts, if I'm being honest. I don't know why I've taken this long to actually go through my scouting staff, but it's probably something that was needed. So, all right, let's look for those WHL scouts. Where are they at? Anybody? Yeah, exactly. It is kind of stupid, to be honest. Exactly. Well, and why wouldn't they want to work with our group? Like, we've got a heck of a team coming up here in Halifax. So, yeah, I don't know. It would be nice if that was the way it worked, but unfortunately it's not. So, yeah. Okay, so we got those two. We need a Russian scout here. Anybody with an A+, it'll be Dmitry Moroza. Actually, hold on. Let's see if there's anybody else that has even like an A rating. Yeah, Bartovich is going to be the signing there because he's a B, or she's a B, sorry, Christina. And can I check Bedard's rating? Yeah, absolutely. Just give me a moment here on the scouts, and then we'll go look at him. And okay, so we should hopefully get all those scouts. I think, did I offer 4 contracts? Yes, I did. Okay, so I think that's what we're going to do for now. We'll just, every year, we'll fire off our weakest link scouts and hire on better overall ones that fit the region better. But I don't want to, like, just tear down the entire scouting staff. They've been good still. I've had no problems with our scouts. Okay. I'm going to have to go heat up my coffee. It got cold here. But, all right, let's go look at free agency. Not that we can sign anybody anyways, and knowing my luck, this will be the one year where there's some crazy rated low elite in here. And, okay, that's not the case. Beautiful. All right, that's fine. That works for me. So, quite a few good players here, though, this year. Like, better than I've seen in previous seasons. So, yeah, that's a heck of a class this year. How about elite goalies? Anybody? Nope, nobody. That is fine by me. Actually, that is our old Bobolev there. Caden Bobolev, yeah. I can sign undrafted players. Not I can unsign drafted players. Johnston up to a 90 overall by playing with Jack Hughes. That's crazy, yeah. Kent Johnston, like, he looks like he's going to be a good, probably a second line center by the looks of it, but I don't know about top line center. I mean, that's why they have Adam Fantilli now, right? So, yeah. Okay. Oh, we got a new message from Peaceful here. Let's see. He's back. This is the image. All right, what are we looking at? Oh, that is awesome. That is such a good graphic. I love it. Oh man, that's so good. There we go, guys. There's your featured picture for the save. Absolutely awesome. Love it, Peaceful. That is great. That is so good. Oh, that is awesome. Okay, perfect. Thank you for that, Peaceful. That was awesome. Okay, so without really any further ado, we're just gonna sim ahead. Hopefully, get all those coaches. No, Carlton, are you kidding me? Oh, that's so annoying. We're the only team. Okay. I guess we're paying him more than that. Let's go like 1.9. New thumbnail for sure. Yes, sir. Out of all honesty, or all seriousness here, though. Why is Puros the assistant still? He should definitely be the associate. Okay, that was a little frustrating with the coach. Come on, you better sign this, Carlton. Alright, so we get all those scouts. That's good for us in the scouting department, but let's just do some relocation here nice and quickly. No, we can't do that yet. Okay, so we'll have to think about relocation here coming up. Because, yeah, we've got Bartovich that needs to be in... Okay, what I thought was supposed to be Russia. I guess I got that wrong. And then Book is going to be a dub scout. Same with Brossois. And then we had one other. Was it Garon or who is it? We're supposed to have an OHL guy too. What the heck? Where did... Oh, it's Greff. Greff is the OHL one. Yeah, okay. That's good. Okay. Is my coaching budget to the max? I think it's pretty close. Let's see. It might not be. Nope, definitely not. Okay, well, we'll bump that up a little bit. I'm not really as concerned about arena ops now because we just don't need them. So, okay, not that we don't need them, but we're... my goodness, the controller just glitches sometimes, like double taps down. Okay, yeah, so we can't upgrade anything that isn't already upgraded. That's funny. Okay. Alright, anyways, the owner has some willingness to move and is unhappy. Of course you're unhappy. We lost in the first round. That was a horrible exit. Oh, there you go, Clint. We offer you a little chunk of change and you actually take it. I mean, I'm giving him a hard time, obviously, but yeah, okay. Our coaching staff is set now. I'm very happy with the ratings we have here. The only other thing I think we're going to do, we've got... Okay, we got a 1.3 million still, about, by the looks of it. Our NHL set, I'm not going to change anything there. I think we're good with that. But I am going to go, because we have a generalist, we have a forward coach, and then we have... I would like a defensive and a goalie coach for the AHL, preferably. So, all right, we'll go veterans, and then we'll go goalies. C- goalie coach, yes please. How's your teaching? A B, that is fabulous. That is about as good as we're going to get. Okay, so we'll go sign Bedrich Hammerlick, give that a couple days, and then we'll go sign a defensive coach, and maybe a forward coach too. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, we're just kind of messing around with the coaches here until we get the formula exactly the way I want it. So, okay, all right, Hammerlick, be like that. That's fine. I'll just offer you more money. I have no problem doing that. He's for sure the highest rated goalie coach we can get. So yeah, if we can really get the goalie coaches rolling, then I'm happy with that. It's just a little bit tedious going through and advancing day by day like this and getting them set. So, all right. Oh, I gladly accept. Really, because you just told me you didn't want to accept this challenge, which makes you sound like a little bit of a wuss to me. No, out of all honesty though, okay, let's keep this guy as the assistant. Oh, that's wrong. Sorry. AHL assistant coach. And then we'll go sign an AHL associate that's going to be better. And then I have no issue only running 3 NHL coaches right now. But yeah, an AHL associate that's preferably a defensive coach, has a good PK and learning. Maybe it's Veronica. Maybe it's somebody else here. A-, B- is really solid. That's probably... Oh, yes. Sorry, tier list. My bad. I got carried away. Yeah, just give me 2 seconds. I think B teaching is probably going to be the best available in here. Because, yeah, I'm really only looking at the teaching rating. That's kind of the main thing I'm going for here. So, we'll do that. We'll get... Or, sorry, was it Checkmatic? I think it was Czechmanic. Yeah, we'll run with Czechmanic. So offer him that contract. We might demote him and then sign a slightly better forward coach as well, because by having the forward coaches, that's gonna improve our forwards development. Why am I even doing this? I can just go to a few contracts and look at Bedard. It's just in Chicago, so. All right, so there's your Connor Bedard rating. My God, he's good. I sure hope so. I really hope they're working on it, because I think that would be a good way for NHL coaches to make a little bit extra money. Not much of a distraction. You're going for your one headshot a year, kind of like the players do, and that's it. Bedard got paid. Holy crap, did he get paid? All right, so that's Bedsy up to this point. He's got 930 points in 811 games. My man is a beast here. He's only had a couple 100-point season, though. He has just steadily been a 90-plus point guy. Yeah, that's a big no-no. They're also paying Korchinski like as much as Bedard, which is crazy. So yeah, Chicago's probably never going to win a cup. Oh, I didn't even realize he's that close to 500 already. Yeesh. Yeah, he's a goal scorer, that's for sure. So, yeah, that's Connor Bedard right now. He looks pretty good. I would say he's having a slightly better career than his cousin over there, distant cousin, Gavin McKenna, is in LA, because the Kings have just struggled mightily. I don't know, maybe he's not. No, yeah, McKenna's quite a bit further back than him. Man, I wish we had landed Gavin McKenna, because I feel like he would have turned out to be not a completely different player, but definitely a different player. The fact they're paying Lamb as much as him is crazy. Oh my God, why did you pay Gabriel Velarde that contract? What are you doing? Honestly, LA. Okay, well, there's a reason why we have an advantage over every other team, is because we have a brain and the rule of 85. Yeah, McKenna's not living up to expectations, though. That's for sure. In LA, at least. So, do we get that coach? Yes, we do. Okay. And let's go back to the coaching staff, see how much budget we got left. Looks like $300K, so that's probably not going to be enough to sign anybody else. So let's just stick with it for now. I like our coaching staff. I think it's well balanced. Yeah, and 72%. We're ready to sim up to the next season, so let's get there. Hopefully, this low-high draft class is going to be something interesting, because I really don't know exactly how to think about it and what exactly it's going to change from last year, because last year was really not amazing. So, I mean, we still managed to pull off. You did, Peaceful. Unfortunately, you did. Oh my goodness, we don't want to trade players. What are you going on about? Oh, that's why. It's because I forgot that the glitch happens in here. Oh my God, stop. Jeez. But, Fanti deserves more. I mean, he's done more for our team than Velarde's done for the Kings, in my opinion. But yeah, Velarde always gets overpaid. Whoa, 70% of the tickets sold this year. Look at us go. Wow. It's like we're actually a good team now or something. Like we finished second place in the league 2 years in a row. We want to win the Stanley Cup, first in our conference, 49 wins. Gotcha, coach. Gotcha. All right, we can do that. All right, let's see how the team ratings are looking. Oh God, I totally forgot to do some of those contract extensions, and Hedberg's 89 rated. Ugh, okay. Modine's 84. This is gonna be fun. Yeah, we might have. All good, Real Divinity. That happens to the best of us. But I totally just made, maybe not a fatal mistake, but definitely a mistake as far as I forgot to do some contract extensions before the start of the season, so we didn't even get to see what players were asking for. Okay, Peaceful said 11 and a quarter. Oh, okay, it's actually not that far off. That's a pretty solid prediction. But we're going to be signing Hedberg and Modine here. I have no question about it. So we're going to go Hedberg 8 years. He wants, okay, first things first, rule of 85. 8.5 or 0.85 times 11.775 million. That's a $10 million contract. I'm okay with that. I think he is a $10 million player. Well, it's just over 10. It's like a 10.025. That doesn't even take up half of our remaining cap coming up, so we're doing that. 10.025, that's a fabulous contract for Hedberg. You guys have seen some of the other prices that have been getting thrown around here. Ooh, Rogers wants a good chunk of change, and we're probably not going to pay him that much. But then we got Sanchez and Modine. Yeah, okay, he's going to be about an 8x8. That's actually going to be not bad. 10.125. It's an 8.6. Okay, that's very doable. So yeah, Ludwig Modine, 0.85 times 10.125 is going to be an $8.625 million contract. Are we going to be sitting here for a minute? We absolutely are. What do you guys think about those contract prices? You think, wait, which one's risky? I don't think either of these are risky. I think these guys are absolutely C for 5 or 6. Yeah, I mean, we could run him. If we run the 2 years, he's guaranteed going to want like 12 plus million. I'm not. I am absolutely not. You know why? Is because he's a high elite goalie and he's the best potential goalie in the entire league. That's my argument why we'd actually pay him out on this. Goalies can be bad though. But we could pay out this contract of 8 or 9 million as well, and this one would be the one that would backfire in my opinion. So far, over the last 2 years, which again it hasn't really changed. Exactly. As much as I like to listen to you guys, I'm on Halsey's side with this one because Modine's a high elite. Like, 8x8 after 1 year, wasn't it? You were correct, yes. This guy hasn't played at all. But he's a high elite. Okay. Let me put this into perspective for you guys. As far as we go here, we go player search, we go goalies, and we go search. And then we go by position. And without question, Ludwig Modine is the highest potential goalie in the league. That's exactly it, is that he would want an 11x8 within 1 year. We don't want to pay that out on the goaltending because that is going to be extremely expensive. Like, Modine's already the most valued goalie in the entire league. I just have no reasoning not to pay him out on the long-term deal and guarantee that he's a growler until he's 30. We have to do it. And as much as it's going to hurt to lose Sanchez to walking in free agency, because that's probably what's going to happen. Yeah, no, and that's the thing too, is I've had other saves where I've had high elite goalies. But he is going to turn out. That's the thing, Peaceful, is you remember our decor in front of him, right? Utah's down to 6 name options. Okay. Just keep in mind this decor still, right? Like, this is probably the best defensive core in the entire league. And remember, in a few years, we're going to have to pay out Levshinov and Zykov anyways, so those are 2 fairly large names coming up. Tuzolino's going to want more money than... Captain Canada's not going to be gone. We're going to keep him. But, yeah, there are going to be a few payouts coming up that are like, oh, okay, that's a good chunk of change. Hunter Sogas is 80 rated. I didn't actually notice that. But, yeah, no, he's looking really good. So, the sim could screw him over. That's true. It's true. I just don't think so. I think our team's too good in front of him. This one's tough because the contract we'd be paying him out of an 8.625. I think I'm going to bite the bullet here. Even if he's an $8.6 million contract, we're going to run him as the starter, essentially, over the next season because the only the only other way to go about it is we commit to Sanchez instead. We pay him for the next 6 years. He plays till he's 34. He's the best goalie that our team's seen, and we don't really give Modine as much of an option. And that's the thing, is we have Saunders coming up, and Saunders is going to want money too. Ralph Delmore's going to want money. Actually, Ralph Delmore's on the $1 million contract for the next 2 seasons, which is fine. I don't know, guys. I don't know. We've really backed ourselves into a corner here with the goaltending situation. Sanchez is going to be even worse. Yeah, exactly. Well, Sanchez will be worse than Modine. I have no doubt about that. They're both 6-foot-tall goalies, so they're not huge. But rather pay Modine than Sanchez. Okay. That's exactly it, is that we have those 2 options, and it's either Modine or Sanchez. The only thing that sucks is we're not going to get anything for Sanchez because he's going to be a UFA. And while he's been a very serviceable goaltender for us, it just doesn't make sense to pay him out $7 million or anything like that. Versus Modine, if we didn't pay him, ran him to restricted free agency, we'd probably get an absolute haul for him because he'd want a ton of money. Yeah, this is tough. This is a tough decision here because it's either walk an elite goalie or don't sign the better potential goalie and risk just losing. Yeah, it's either lose one for nothing, get the better potential, or thanks guys, it's really making my decision easier. This is so tough. I kind of wish I had gone back and actually he's not him as we thought. Yeah, flip a coin. I'm not flipping a coin on this. I think the decision's clear, but yeah, okay. We're gonna do this. It's a big commitment, but I also have the feeling that by having a high elite goalie, exactly, Halsey, by having the high elite goalie signed long term, it allows for him to grow because he's not going to be moving around teams. He's not going to be in a bunch of messy contract talks and things like that. It's just set in stone. You're our number 1 guy. We're not wavering from you. Now play well. Like that's it. That's all we're doing here. And yes, it's only 8.625 for the next 8 years. In my personal opinion and feeling, wait, what are you? I know we called him Manches at times, but the thing is, yeah, Modine. That's the thing, is Modine could become a franchise goalie too. And I have that feeling that is going to happen because he's so young and he's so good. You never talked. Okay, so you guys said that I need to make the decision. My decision is, and here's the reasoning and backup behind it, is that Modine has the higher potential. He's younger. He's performed just as well in the AHL. And, okay. And the final reasoning is that I have signed high elite goalies. I think it was in NHL 23, and within a year they went from 84 to 92 rated kind of thing, and they had started as a backup. That's what we're doing here. I honestly almost want to rip But I honestly almost want to rip Modine and Saunders in the NHL and just say, screw it, throw you to the Wolves. You guys both haven't played an NHL game yet. Go. And see, but we'll wait and see. Because, like, if the underlying numbers are really bad on... if the underlying numbers are really bad on Sanchez, not Saunders, on Sanchez, then we can pull Saunders up. But we're doing it. We're committed. There's the money. There's the contract. It's set in stone. And as far as Cole Rogers goes, Captain Canada, we are going to pay him out a... Yeah, we'll watch the preseason for sure. But... But yeah, we'll see. As far as the 8.5 rule, sorry, I got distracted with the text, but the 0.85 on 2.75, it's a $2.35 million contract. I'm fine with that for 2 years on Cole Rogers. We're not really going to commit to longer term than that because we don't need to. And yeah, 2.35 isn't an overcommitment of price by any means. So he is our 5th best defenseman. So that is my reasoning behind it. Also, Isaiah Kuiper looks really darn good now. I'm quite happy with how he's turned out. And this team is looking so good. I know you guys are kind of looking at it like, yes and no, there are some good players. I know, it was so sad to see, Halsey. That's just how it goes sometimes. Magnuson's 75 rated now. That's pretty solid. Anybody else that kind of popped off potential-wise? Not really. Okay. Actually, I am interested. Oh no, I guess these would be all of our best players. Otherwise, we'd see unsigned players in the system. So, but yeah, Hedberg at 10. That's great. I'm happy with that. He's actually going to be just our second over $10 million player, which is crazy. We have done extremely efficient, or we have been extremely efficient and economical with our contracts overall. So I'm happy with it. All right. So now that the contracts are done and we've just full sent committed to it. Yeah. Let's actually fix this lineup and turn it into the beast of a team it's going to be. First things first. Kari Teravainen's playing there. We're absolutely playing Raimo Tiemann in there. And then Hunter Sogas will get the bottom line. Actually, ooh, that looks really nice. I gotta say, that does look really nice. And Kuiper fits on both lines. I like it. That's good. All right. Overall, though, Belchetz is still going to be... let's go... How are we going to do this? Yeah, no, let's do that. Okay, so Tuzolino gets the punt down to the 3rd line. I think that's probably fair. I mean, he is a 4th line fit perfectly, but I cannot justify playing him or Kuiper over him. So we will fix that nice and quickly. And yeah, the reason I'm putting... what's his face here? The reason I'm putting Sogas as 3rd line is because then hopefully he'll grow a little more. Tiemann we got locked up for the next 5 years, so I have no problem running him on a slightly lower efficiency. Ooh, we have to play Tuzolino there, though, I think. That's how it's going to have to go. So let's go like that, and then like that, and that is probably the best lineup we've ever rostered, I have to say. That is so good. Simple as that. That is so good. Kyler Hewson we could put in. Yeah, we'll probably put him in over Järvinen. Järvinen gets the bench for now because we got 2 grinders and one's just higher rated than the other. He changed, yeah. You said 45. Yeah, no, when you said 45, Halsey, I was like, no. We finished 2nd place the last 2 years in a row. Winning habits are bound to happen with a team like this. Yeah, we have an 89 rated player on our 3rd line. Like, that's crazy. Also, our line of playmakers here, I am going to predict that Hedberg scores over 40 goals this year because he's been in 29 the last two. He's gotten marginally better. You also have an 89 overall force to play on the third line. Yeah, and it's chemistry purposes, really. Like, don't get me wrong, the two power forwards and sniper here is going to be a great combo. I like how that lineup looks, but we also have like a triple playmaker line here that's probably going to work just fine too, because one guy likes to shoot the puck more than the others. Like, he just has a higher shot tendency. He takes 200 and something shots a year, versus Misa takes like 100. Well, I guess, yeah, Misa's in the 200 range, and then Vasilyev just only passes the puck. That's all he does. Also, he went back-to-back 73 seasons, so maybe he's becoming Mr. 73 now. Who knows? But yeah, out of all movements and settings with the team here, we're keeping it pretty much the exact same. There's no real reason to make any big changes. The top group looks good. And while the chemistry could be a little better, we've got +2 chemistry now. Ooh, actually, Zykov rips a +5 there. Ooh, do we dare? Do we dare put Zykov with... You know what? I think we do. I think we dare. As good as Holloway is, he's a top 2 defenseman. No doubt in my mind about that. But as good as he is, I think we let Zykov rip year one on his $6 million contract here on the first pairing and see how it goes. And then as far as the goalies, like, we are going to start Sanchez, but he's on a very short leash because we have Saunders as the backup, we have Modine as a starter, we have options here. So, all right, there is your lineup for the most part. We will go through. Actually, first we will go and do a power play. Or not power play, a roster move, or maybe 2, we'll see. But it was funny because I was talking about how Kuiper was going to have to be the extra forward type of guy, and now we're looking at it, it's like, well, he's not the extra forward, he's actually our third line player, but Gallagher's up to a 76, so he's getting there, he's on his way. And then, yeah, Samu Pentakainen we are going to send back up to the NHL because why not? He's probably better served there than anywhere else. And then we have Järvinen, Pentakainen, and Millman as our 3 subs. We're currently 20-ish million under the cap. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to move Noel Millman down. And then we'll send Pentakainen and Georges up. And that should definitely, yeah, that gets us a lot closer to the salary cap. So we'll do that. I'm fine with that. And then, yeah, our AHL team is going to be absolutely freaking loaded. So, yeah, let's go take a look at the AHL lines because that's the next step here. You forgot how good this team was. Yeah, it's pretty good. That's all I can say. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. We're going to run Strudwick on that top line this year because why not? Actually, does anybody get better chemistry on the top line? Like, literally nobody fits our top line. It's kind of funny. I guess Milan Sakaras fits the top line. Ooh, yeah, okay. We can rip that. I'm good with that. Run Galley third line just to get the chemistry going. Fucali goes there. Valaquette goes there. Bernier goes there. Yes, sir. I like how this lineup's coming together. I know it looks a little funky right now, but how is Muir's not playing? He's 78 rated. Dear Lord. Looks good, looks good. Who else could we throw in here? We're definitely going to schmozzle around with the defense a little more here. But let's go Bernier over McClellan. Actually, maybe not. Or yeah, Bernier over McClellan, and then Denny over McClellan. Does that work? No, it doesn't work. Come on. What is going on here? Even Castles gets the chemistry. How does that work? Like, that makes no sense to me. Okay, well, we're going to run the Valaquette, Strudwick, and Mears line again, and hopefully they'll put up some insane points this year. That's kind of the goal. Ooh, actually. No, Let's run Muirs on the top line. I get the feeling that could work. While Muirs has marginally better faceoffs with 61, I'm not super worried about it. You know what? Nah, screw it. Let's run Gallagher on the top line. We'll go Gallagher, Swanson, and Muirs. And that'll be our big scoring line up top. And then we'll run Sekris, Valaquet, and Strudwick on the second line. We'll go... Yeah, okay. I am good with that. That looks solid. Okay, I was not quite done there. What is going on, though, with... Oh, it's the defense. That makes more sense. Okay, so... I think we have to rip McBride top pairing. Just send him this year, because why not? We'll run Robbins and... Oh, we'll go McBride, Goudreau. That's a good pairing. Then we'll go Magnuson, Robbins. And then we'll go Gore and probably Zamnov, unless... Well, we could put Millman in there. Yeah, okay, I'm fine running Noel Millman in the top six still. Well, we probably should be playing like 410 and Zamnov. I'm fine not doing that because they're kind of low rated, so. And then, yeah, we'll run Saunders and Delmore, I think, is the way to go. Unless in the NHL for whatever reason. Yeah, no, we don't really need a goalie in the NHL. We can run the extra goalies in the A for now and then move them when we need to. So yeah, that is the lineup. Does Sogas have his proper 81 on? Yes, he does. Beautiful. Kuiper's got 87. I love it. I love it when the ratings and overalls and everything actually are set properly. It's so nice. Do any of these guys fit the first line? Belchet's probably has the best first line fit, and it's still not better than all three of those top guys, so... Well, yeah, and that's the thing, Halsey, is, yeah, we can build out a crazy team. It's also comes down a lot to scouting and how well we scout over the years. Like, we have progressively not gotten better, but we've had good classes year after year after year. But you look at this team, too, and we have a ton of top picks on it. Like, there are so many, apart from Teravainen, Tuzolino, and Healy. Most of these guys are first-round picks. Some of them are second and thirds. There's the occasional fourth. But yeah, most of these guys are first-round picks. Like, you look at our top four defense, it's all top 5 picks, which is crazy. So, yeah, just think about that as well. It's literally taken us a decade to build a team this stacked, and we've done it fairly and naturally. But the other thing you need to remember, or not need to remember, but the other thing we are doing now to kind of combat the overall stackedness of the draft is we are running this spin the wheel kind of play where we then randomize the draft class settings. So it means that we can't rip the exact same draft class 2 years in a row with these two settings here, and then we play a spin the wheel game to figure out which ratings we're going to have for the next season. So, all right. Let me just go mess around quickly with the lines, and then we will do the split for the edited version, and then we'll get into the regular season sim and everything. So, this year for the overall ratings and everything, we are definitely ripping Ivan Zykov on the top power play, along with... I'm good with these three. Actually... No, I'm not quite good with these three because we're going to run Hedberg here instead. Okay, I like that. That's a great power play. Second unit power play also looks great. The only difference is we're going to put Vasilyev here. And then Holloway and Zykov almost works. The only difference is we're going to swap Zykov out for Artyom Levshinov. And boop. There you go. 2+5 power plays looks gorgeous. And then we're running Belchets and Misa as the top 4-on-4 unit. We will run Zykov in here again. Like, there's not too many teams that can say, oh yeah, we need to play a defenseman here alongside we need to play 2 defensemen on our 4-on-4. And we're looking at it like, we can play 2 defensemen on our 4-on-4 because they're that good. It probably doesn't entirely make sense because we have other guys that are really good too. But I like this team. I like how things actually... Hold on. We got a +4 there. I'm pretty sure we can get a +5. So let me see what I can finagle here. That work? Nope, it's close. That was really close. How about Tuzolino? Does that work? More than likely not. Definitely not. Okay, so what if we run Hedberg and Healy? Would that work better? No, not really. Okay, so screw it. We'll just stick with Hedberg and Teravainen because Teravainen's the center, and we should pay our respects to him because he's been absolutely monstrous for us overall. And then there is the kill number 1, kill number 2, and kill number 3 should probably be better than that. Hold on. Okay. Center number 1 was Hewson. Okay, so we're definitely running Sogas here instead of Teravainen, or not Teravainen, instead of Vasilyev. Well, look at that, all of a sudden it makes sense. Again, we're going to run Sogas here as the number 1 guy, and it just immediately cleans it up. Kind of funny how that works, hey? We'll run Timonen there. Oy, oy, oy. Raimo Timonen does not want to kill penalties, that's for sure. Okay, alright. I do wonder if instead of Timonen we put Healy. Would that work better? No, not at all. Oh, don't mind me, guys. I just have spinal issues. But yeah, out of all seriousness here, for 4-on-4, again, we're going to rip Zykov here, because why not? Give the man some playtime and see what he can do with it, because he's young. He looks like a heck of a defenseman, plus he's got Born Leader, which is going to just make him even more dangerous as a player, which is awesome, because that's exactly what we want. Yeah, just casually trying to snap my neck on stream. Don't worry about me. No, it's all good. I just crack my neck sometimes. So, okay, and then we'll rock Kirka and Rogers. Actually, let's rock them on offhanded wings, because why not? And then Healy's gonna be in the box a lot. Yes, you were correct. I will not deny that. But we are actually gonna rip. Let's rip Vasilyev here. Vasilyev and Sogas is our third group. That's actually an interesting one. I like it. I like it. How's Sogas' face-offs, though? I haven't actually checked out that rating yet. 77, okay. So it's not actually quite as good as Vasilyev, but we'll take it. Of course, we're rocking Belchets and Misa. You're in year 3 now? Yeah, okay. All right, that's a good start, at least, as far as who have you drafted so far, Real Divinity? I'm interested, because, you know, that first couple of draft years definitely kind of build the foundation for your team. It doesn't necessarily make or break your team, because you have so many years ahead of you, but yeah, I'm interested. Who have you gotten so far in your Draft to Glory save? I assume you're playing a Draft to Glory save, yes? As far as extra attackers, Dupont Vasilyev, that works for me. And then where are all these all-alone guys? Yeah, that's... let's do this, because the 3 all-alone guys are going to make a difference. Thank you, Halsey. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's definitely a grind at times. But yeah, overall, why is Dupont not in our shootout lineup? Like, seriously. But yeah, overall, it is worth it, because then we get players and teams like this, where it's like, oh, we're probably just going to smush the league this year. Like, that's kind of how I'm feeling with this group right now, at least, so. Alright, numbers and radians. I am going to have to show you guys Hunter Sogas here in just a moment, but, numbers and ratings are all good. We're set. We got DuPont and Levchinov as the captains, and yeah, everything looks good. Like, literally, I have no discrepancies in numbers. Okay, Real Divinity. Was that all? That was 3 different rounds you got those guys in 2024? Because that's actually crazy. Like, that is an insane draft if you did. I am thinking we want to renumber Modine to number 35. Reason being is because he was drafted 35th. And that's, I think, the only change I'm going to make here. So let's go do some quick player editing. They were everywhere. That's crazy. That is actually crazy picks. Like, I usually expect those guys all to be picked by the second round kind of thing. So, all right. Anyways, let's go to player editing. Looks like Zamula signed with the Kraken, so it's good to see he's still kicking. Okay. And the only players we need to edit in here today, first one is going to be Isaiah Kuiper because we haven't actually seen him yet. So Kuiper is going to be... All right, he looks, honestly, almost reminds me of like a Matthew Tkachuk-esque kind of build. Just got a combo of like everything going on. The only thing I am going to change is his lace color, because I just think orange laces look kind of stupid in my opinion. So yeah, let's go to saved colors and pop those ones on. Oh, that looks so much better. Nice. Okay, so we'll rock that. How much of a fighter is he? I'm interested because he is a two-way forward. Oh, he never fights. Okay, that's fine with me. I have no issues with that. And then here is his facial build as far as what kind of facial hair he's going to rock. So he's got the patchy beard, dark color. He rocks a 1 and a 4. Perfect. All right, there is Isaiah Kuiper, one of your newest members and rookies as a 25-year-old rookie on the Newfoundland Growlers. So I am expecting a decent season out of him. Our next rookie is Hunter Sogas. Drafted a year ago and got a solid year in the WHL. Sogas is projecting to be a promising young player here for this team. I really like the yellow wrecker. That looks so cool. The only thing I am going to change is the extremely bright skates. We'll change them to yellow skates because then they look a little bit better. And I think that's all we're really going to do on him. I'm fine with the equipment and everything. He's a blonde guy. All right, and blonde hair, blue eyes, no beard. So I think with no beard, we instead just rock the... what do we want to do? I'm kind of feeling goatee number 2. Why not? Let's rock that for him. I'm down with that. And then once the playoffs come around, he can like barely grow it. But no, that looks good. Okay, so there's Sogas. Honestly, I'm super excited to see what he can do this year. We're giving him quite a few special teams options, so we'll see if he can take advantage of those. And then Harrison Georges is the other guy that we've never actually viewed and taken a look at, besides, Ludwig Modine. But there's Georges. Actually, maybe we did take a look at him. I can't remember. We might have. But, heck of a career down in the AHL. We're finally giving him a shot in the NHL, which I think is completely fair. And yeah, give him the playoff beard just in case, because who knows how far we're going to go this year, right? But apart from that, we got the goalie pads to do. We obviously have Caden Sanchez already in here. We're just going to make sure he's got the right helmet on, because he is still going to be getting a good chunk of play time here for this team. And ECHL. Yeah, we want the Growler helmet on. I don't know why it turns it off every single year, but yeah, we'll save that up. And then Ludwig Modine is the other one. Did it load Modine? Or did it load It loaded Sanchez again. Okay. Cool. Well, I meant to click down and then load Modine, but you know what? We'll make it work. So, all right. First things first, we are going to take a look at his... Oh, he's got the Capitals pads on. That's great. Take a look at his facial hair and playoff beard setting. And all right, he's got the patchy looking. And then, yeah, okay. Modine is a beauty. Okay. Next up, we will, of course, go for that same exact helmet, because that's the whole point of using an ECHL team, is you get a custom helmet that actually looks sick. And then after that, we're going to go and change all of his pads. He seems to be rocking a CCM look. So we will go with some kind of CCM equipment, but the question comes down to which one. I kind of like the E-Flex. I like how many options it's got at least. So, all right, let's run the E-Flex 5 for his equipment. Hopefully we've got everything in it. There's the E-Flex 5 again. Actually, hold on, because this one, the Extreme Flex Pro, could look really cool too. Yeah, okay, no, let's do the Extreme Flex. I think that's actually going to be even cooler. And then the pads, we'll go for the same again. This is the 4s we went for, yes? Yes, okay. So, now when we go in and edit this, well, let's do the blocker, because I have better visuals on the blocker and how it looks. But we're going to keep the jet black for some of it. Not a whole lot of it. But we are going to rip a whole lot of design features in here that make this look just so much cooler. So yeah, let's rock that one. Yeah, this is gonna look so cool when it's done, but I'm also glad they added the feature where it actually like transitions over to the rest of the equipment properly now. Because when it didn't, oh man, it was just so tedious to go through every single player and do this. Okay, we'll go with that. Oh yeah, this is looking nice. I'm really liking how this looks. And then I think we have to rock... Well, actually, yeah, we can just go full black and... Yeah. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we run a white CCM on here. I think that's probably the move. Yeah, no, that's the move. That's the move, because then it stands out a little more. All right, so there you have it. Honestly, that looks really cool. I really like it. I am just going to swap his stick. Or maybe not. We won't swap his stick around, but let's go to here, go to Customize, and then go to Apply to All. Boom. Let's see how the pads look now. Oh, those look sexy. And the Trapper, a little more blacked out than I'd like it to be, but hey, you can't see the puck when it goes in the net if the Trapper's on top of it, right? That's the whole point of the black Trapper. And then, interesting, I don't really like the silver on this stick, if I'm being honest, so let's go back and change that a little bit, because the silver just looks weird. It doesn't really match any of the other equipment, versus if we go like that, or like, yeah, pretty much any other CCM stick is going to match better, so let's do that one. Actually, hold on, is there an Extreme Flex 4 stick as well? Nope. Okay, we're running the 2 then. So there you go. What do you guys think about the goalie equipment? What does that say? As a goalie what? Oops. What is going on here? There we go. Okay. As a goalie myself, I approve of the equipment. Beautiful, Halsey. That's what I like to hear, because I am definitely not a goalie. I just like to think I know it looks good. That Trapper is so blacked out. I'm gonna have to change that a little bit. Like, it's just a little bit too much black for me, in my opinion. Like, I can't see any details on it really, so. Let's do a brown mesh. Okay, I can accept that. It just looks like a black hole in his glove there. Like, so yeah, that's the only change I'm gonna make there is go with the brown mesh. But there you have it. Ludwig Modin looks sleek. So that is our goalie tandem for this year. It's going to be a heck of a tandem. Oh, I forgot to change his preferred number. We're changing it to 35 because he used pick number 35, so that's the only edit we're really going to do on him here. because, yeah, we picked him 35th overall, and he has turned out to be a heck of a goalie. Monster Modine, yes, sir. Modhim, not Modine, Modhim, like him, Modhim. He's Modhim. But yeah, anyways, that's what we're rolling with for this year. So that's where we're gonna wrap up the edited version. Of course, we'll continue to stream. But thank you guys all for watching on the edited side. I appreciate you making it to this point. And if you did, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, hit notifications. It really helps the channel out. And we've been growing the channel a lot with this series, so keep the support coming. But that's it for me. I will see you guys all in the next one. Alright, stream. Let's keep going. So yes, exactly. We're fingers crossed, knock on wood, do everything possible to keep the Modine magic going. I'm just going to go heat up my coffee again, guys, because it has gotten cold. So I will be back in like 30 seconds. Alright, we are back. Oh. Yeah, my coffee got cold way faster than I expected it to, so now it's warm again. Now you want coffee. I know it's bad, right? Let's take a peek at the draft class this year. So, oh, look at that. There's another Sweat in the draft. We're going to have zero chance of getting him, but that would be really cool to get, obviously. And where is the highest rated Tendy this year? Did I... I saw a center. I thought I saw a Tendy. I was like, holy, that's high. Let's see. Who are we looking at? This guy must be a low elite. Maybe not, but that's pretty high for a goalie. Sawyer Ferraro. Not bad. And are there anybody with real potential in here? Hansel, maybe. Maybe. So, okay. Anyways, all right, let's do the intro for the next video here and get going. So 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanius here. Welcome to episode number 26 of this NHL 24 Draft Glory franchise mode here on the edited side of YouTube. Of course, we are live streaming this series as well, so if you want to catch a live stream live and get featured in the comments like all of these guys right up here are, then make sure to check my community tab for stream dates. But today we are getting into the 2034-35 regular season, and it's going to be a fun one because this team is locked and loaded from last year. We obviously had a first-round exit that hurt quite a bit, but we've come back even stronger with this lineup. It is possibly the best lineup we might ever roster in this series. The contracts have just worked out gorgeously well. We have a really good goalie tandem this year, and we're hoping on our backup goalie here to become the #1 guy over the next few seasons, as we have already paid him out an $8 million contract for the next 8 years. Whereas Sven Hedberg, who has already proved time and time again that he's a playoff performer, that he can clutch up in the right moments, and although he hasn't scored like crazy yet, 109 points in his first 164 games is a very solid start to his career, and it's been the point per game playoff performances that have made us want to pay him a $10 million contract as well. So that's what he's going to be getting, and he's going to be the second highest paid player on our team, after none other than Landon Dupont himself, the alternate captain, top 2 defenseman, high franchise guy. And we are going to get rolling here. So first things first, we of course have to do scouting because it's tedious. Real Mindy saying another goalie wouldn't hurt, but I don't see the need when the time comes. So that's the thing exactly, is that, yeah, another goalie wouldn't hurt, but we also have, you're forgetting Real Divinity, you're forgetting about our system. And our system has these 2 guys that can both clutch up. Sawyer Saunders is 6'4" now. He's a 6th round goalie that's turned into a solid backup. Ralph Delmore was a 2nd rounder that has been very good for us still, but we have other guys like Caden Standard that can step in here if we have goalie injuries. Of course, we're forgetting the GOAT himself, Ryan Fancy, who we gave a playoff game to last year, and he just stood on his freaking head. It was amazing. Like, he literally stopped all 9 shots that he saw in 18 minutes of play. It was absolutely crazy to see. But yeah, that is the legend and the story of Fanti. We'll see if we actually get another playoff scenario where we need to put him in or not, but we'll wait and see. So, with all that being said, let's go get some scouting done because it is the most boring and tedious part, and it all gets cut from the edited version anyways. First things first, we'll start off with Russia. I do need to probably get another Russian scout in here, but we'll wait and see. That's definitely the case. All right, we did have, I believe Bartovich was the one we signed for Russia, even though I accidentally messed it up. But you know what? It's fine. A-rated scout with A rating, I believe, or B rating is going to be fine. So yeah, that is the current scouting team. Honestly, we improved our scouting group quite a bit just over... What am I doing? There we go. We improved our scouting team quite a bit over the offseason just with some of the signings we made. And I am all down for it. Like, we have got a really great looking group here coming up. So I think we're going to have a lot less struggles with our scouting efficiency over these next couple of years. It's going to be really nice compared to what we've struggled with in the past. So... Alright, great efficiency in Liga as usual. Our SHL guy, we'll see how we do here. We might need another SHL scout this year. There seems to be a fairly large amount of SHL players available here this year. Okay, alright, so yeah, another SHL scout probably wouldn't hurt. But we'll wait and see where the other region efficiencies fall. And I mean, having A-rated WHL scouts is going to make a world of difference as well, so... Doing the the scouting Real Divinity, yeah, it's pretty funny how you just like you sit there and just like yeah, no, I've gotten extremely fast at it, that's for sure. Like I know exactly what rhythm I need to hit to actually pull this off really quickly, and that's the whole point. It's just some ASMR. Just here, let me put it real close to the microphone here. There you go, that's some ASMR. Literally though, literally, it's funny. Okay, there are at least 1 or 2 scouts in here. I believe it's actually, yeah, it's Brossois and somebody else. Who else is supposed to get relocated here? Brossois for sure is going to the WHL. Well, see, and that's the thing, is I use the D-pad because I find I actually wear all my joysticks really fast if I'm doing using that for scouting, so that's one of the things I do. Oh, you like my keyboard, hey Charles? Yeah, the here, I think I can show it. I can kind of show it. It's upside down here, but yeah, it's what is it? Steel Series. I think it's a blue key. Yeah, definitely a blue key. So yeah, it's a SteelSeries blue key. I don't even know what the model number is on it. Probably says on the bottom. SteelSeries Apex 5 with blue keys. It's yeah, it's gorgeous. It's a very clicky keyboard, but like you guys can hear when I actually start typing on it, like I don't even know where can I type something. Let's go. Sven Hedberg. Yeah, it's a very nice keyboard. It's very clicky, but it's it's a fun one for sure. When I got it at first, I was like, wow, this is so obnoxious, and then I actually started using it more consistently. I was like, oh my god, I think I'm in love with this keyboard, like, because it's very clicky, but it sounds, but it feels so nice to use as far as the tactileness, the clickiness, the just everything with it. Like, you don't even have to really press a key that hard, and it usually registers pretty well. So yeah, that's part of my set. I probably should have done a new setup video because I got a new desk over Christmas. Like, I got a new actual desktop, and it just cleared up my entire arm space and reach. It juts out a little further into my office than it used to, but like, oh my god, when I got this desk, I was like, whoa, I have space. I could actually play computer games now if I want to. I can actually do all these other things, and I'm like, I don't feel like I'm crunched on space and that I'm like this at my keyboard kind of thing. Like, it's so nice. It has made such an efficiency difference for me wanting to spend time at my computer and my Xbox and everything, that it is. The desk was unquestionably the thing that was lacking from my setup, and once I got it, oh my god, it's been fabulous. It has been such a nice change. So something to consider if you guys are looking for desk setups and upgrades. The nicest part too is that I asked for the actual tabletop for Christmas. I didn't get it myself, and then my dad put together, because my dad's pretty handy. He's an engineer, but he does a whole bunch of his own, like, he does plumbing for himself, and he does electrical work for himself, and he does all of these things that are super handy. So yeah, he slapped this desktop together, found a nice piece of plywood, put a very solid like 2x4 border around it, made it the exact measurements that I asked him to when I asked for it for Christmas. And I wasn't asking him specifically, but I gave the measurements with the request for the gift. And yeah, he delivered, and oh my god, it's perfect. It's literally a perfect desk at this point. Like, I kind of wish I could flip the camera around and show you guys. Maybe I'll do a setup video at some point. You guys could check that out if you're interested, at least. But it probably won't do great views or anything. But man, oh man, when I first had this setup going, it was like, wow, there's like 3 wires on the entire desk, and everything else is hidden underneath and behind with a basket, and it's just so nice. Sorry, I'm ranting about my setup here as we continue. Literally, yeah. Well, and that's the thing, is like, my dad has actually taught me a lot of those skills over the years too, so being able to do that it's just made such a world of difference for me. Like, I ended up actually sanding, like, he essentially just handed me what was a big piece of unfinished plywood and 2x4s, and he goes, here's your present. I'm like, awesome, thanks. So then I went and sanded the whole thing down and stained it, and probably put like a solid 3 or 4 hours into work. Yeah, like, probably put solid 3 or 4 hours of work into fixing this desk up, and once I did, it was like, oh my goodness, this is what a desk is supposed to be like. I am wondering, where did our other OHL guy go? We are short one OHL person right now, and I don't know where they're supposed to be. It might be Book, it might be somebody else, I'm not sure, because we didn't quite finish the WHL scouting there. So yeah, that'll take a moment here, but well, and that's like, as a dad, I feel like once you become a dad, you kind of start to pick up those skill sets a little more. You're like, oh, I have to be handy, I have to be reliable, I have to do these things. And yeah, I mean, obviously it helps if you have certain backgrounds, like my dad with engineering. He just understands how to blueprint and plan out things better than like probably 90+% of the population. And when he does and you watch him do it, you're just like, whoa, that's where engineering comes in. Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, exactly. Is like, it's I find, at least from the male perspective, and this isn't to be sexist or anything, but just from the male perspective, when you're working on a project with your dad, it's just one of the funnest things you can do, because your dad always is teaching you stuff, even if you don't realize it at the time. Yeah, it's cool. I'm being a little sentimental here, honestly, but yeah. Isn't that how it always goes, though? It's like the people that are always they're the people that are the best at the jobs always retire earlier than the company is ready for, and they can never actually find a proper replacement for them, so they end up being like, hey, do you want to work part-time and train all our new people on how not to be idiots on this stuff? And it's like, yeah, sure, why not? You're gonna pay me, and I'm gonna kind of not take time off work, but like not have to do the hard work, then sure. Like all right. Anyways, we're through our first round of scouting here now, and that means we can not quite simulate up to regular season, but we can simulate up to the midpoint of preseason and continue on from there. So, bada bing, bada boom. Let's see how this team does. So, first things first, we get Cole Rogers on that contract extension. We get Ludwig Modin on that contract extension, and we do indeed get Sven Hedberg on that contract extension. So, bada bing, bada boom. We're locked and loaded for the next few years at least, if not longer than that. So, yeah, this is going to be good. I love how we only have $400,000 for promotions. That's hilarious. But yeah, we are going to put pretty much everything into our arena budget this year because we need to just improve the arena a little bit more. And all right, we started off 3-2, so not amazing numbers, but not horrible either. Kuper's got 7 points on the fourth line. That's hilarious. All right, we'll take it, I guess. And how's the goalie looking? Sanchez, eesh, that is some questionable numbers at best. Okay, back to scouting. Woo! What am I doing? I only went up to October 31st there. That made literally no sense. Obviously, we're going up to mid-November, so. My brothers are trying to figure out. My brothers are trying to figure out if they want to. Well, I'm trying to figure out if my brothers want to golf with me today or not, because I haven't played golf in probably a month. Probably longer than that. It's been nice. I've actually been saving money because of that, but because I haven't golfed in a hot minute here, I also really want to play, and this is the first day in like 2 weeks that I haven't had rainy weather where I live, which is so nice because it's like, it's sunny. I want to be outside. I kind of want to go golfing, honestly. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but yeah, that's why I keep kind of glancing out at my phone. I'm like, are they going? Are they not? What's the plan here? So yeah, that will be post-stream stuff, but yeah. Okay, Liga was good efficiency. It's funny because I said we probably need to hire another SHL scout, and we haven't, and I guess it'll work. We'll make it work, but yeah. Again, the A-rated efficiencies are just so much better on most of our scouts, so. All right, right up to November 11th. What is, if you live in Canada at least, which I know there's a chunk of viewers that do live in Canada, but if you live in Canada, it's a Remembrance Day, so that's how I always remember our second scouting date, but yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. There's a sneeze to wake everybody up, except for me, which I'm now like blinking tears from that sneeze. So, oh man. stream's getting a little bit quiet here. That's okay. Hello, is anybody there? Is chat awake, or have I put you all to sleep with my ASMR? I wouldn't be surprised if I did. Fair enough, Halsey. I don't even blame you. I do it for the YouTube side of things, as far as I love the entertainment value that it brings when you see a draft and it's like, oh, 95% of my draft is scouted. Great. Now I don't have to guess on all my picks. Like that's the reason we do it. And then when it comes to the YouTube side of things, it shows that I'm not cheating with our draft steals that we get and that I'm actually doing it the legitimate way. Is it tedious? Absolutely. But is it worth it in the end? For me, it is. I don't know about you guys. I mean, I love, for this style, at least with Draft to Glory, usually I throw the scouts on auto scouting after like 5 seasons or something. I'm like, okay, my team's good enough that I trust these prospects to grow into the players I'm expecting them to be. And then we can just, get the occasional draft steal here and there, but don't feel pressured into like only getting draft steals kind of thing. So, yeah. Honestly, like, fair enough, Halsey. Fair enough. Wouldn't do it if it was a normal franchise. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the thing, is it's literally a draft to glory, so we have to scout so much better than we normally do. Don't get me wrong, when I was running in NHL 22, when we ran the Minnesota Wild series, I was doing, like, so much scouting, it was ridiculous, but I also didn't have the right scouting method down for NHL 22, which also affected how efficient the scouts were. We still landed draft steals in those drafts, but a lot of it was kind of guesswork more so than certainty, so yeah. It's true. That is very true, Halsey. Yeah, when you actually pull it off and you're just like, oh my god, we just actually got a medium elite. Like, it is fun for sure. At the same time, though, it's really nice to go into a draft being like, all right, and we're going to get 3 elite players this year, we're going to get 2 next year, and we're going to get 1 the year after, and there's no question about it. That's also nice. Like, it's not nearly as exhilarating, but it is, like, for me at least, I feel like this is probably my girlfriend wearing off on me a little bit. It's nice to have predictability as well, to be like, oh, I know exactly how this is going to work out. I know that the plan is going to work long term, and there's no issues with it. It's great. It is a whole different situation when you go into something with a calm mind and a plan, and you're just like, we got this. Like, that's, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah, no, fair enough, Real Divinity. If you started in 22, they just didn't exist. I think NHL 19 and 20 were the years where the franchise goalies just ran rampant, and they were just, like, everywhere. Like, you would literally have, like, 12 franchise goalies in a save or something like that. This year now, but since NHL 21, they just kind of nerfed goalies, so goalies don't really get over an elite rating. But we'll see. Like, I have seen the occasional high elite goalie become a franchise goalie. It doesn't happen, but yeah, exactly. NHL 20 was crazy. I think it was 19 and 20 were the years where it was just, like, literally you could trade franchise goalies. Like, you could put 2 franchise goalies in a trade package. They'd both be, like, 50-something or 60-something overall. And then you could trade... You could literally trade them for, like, a top-line forward, and the team would be like, yeah, good trade, and you're sitting there like, like, it's, yeah, it was so dumb, but it was so funny to watch as well, so. Alright, now that we are past this next scouting date, What do you say in there, Glitch? How unlock the main menu? What do you mean, how do you unlock the main menu? I'm not entirely sure what you're getting at there, but give me a little more detail and I might be able to answer it. Alright, so we finished off the preseason a little bit stronger than we were there. Pretty good couple wins to finish it off, but let's go check out the team ratings this year. So, for your Newfoundland Growlers and Halifax Huskies, we'll start off with the Huskies, simply because then it doesn't get me to sim past the game and we miss it. So let me get my big old face cam out of the way here. And our team ratings this year are 75 offense, 71 defense, and 82 goaltending. Probably the best roster our AHL team has ever bolstered. And yeah, that's by a pretty long shot. Like, best goaltending for sure, second best defense ever, and like third best forward group ever. So yeah, it's a pretty solid start to the year for the Huskies this year. I get the feeling they could win it all. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. And I mean, for the Growlers too, like I get the feeling that this will be the best team we've ever bolstered. Best goaltending, best defense, best forwards. Like that's just how I'm feeling about it. So let's take a look, and I don't even need my face cam off for this one, so let's pop that back on. That's the overlay bar. There we go. All right, so we got 98 offense, 96 defense, and 89 goaltending this year. That is for sure the best team that we've ever used. How do I unlock the main menu? What are you talking about for main menu? Like what unlock are you talking about there, Glitch? I'm interested. Anyways, look at this Boston team too. Holy moly. Like that's actually a sick team, but I think our team's probably a little bit better both on paper and off paper, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that's Carter Nesbitt. He's also black. I wasn't expecting that with the name Carter, but okay. All right. So we are rolling on here. We will simulate the first month, and yeah, this team looks loaded, if I'm being honest. So let's see what we can do. We immediately lose Isaiah Kuiper to a sore hip, and we lose Stefan Goudreau to an injury as well. But we start off 3-0. Not a bad start by any means. You were gonna say something you forgot, or what? Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. That happens. Happens to the best of us. But Kuiper dropped to 80 overall. That's not amazing, but you know what? It is what it is. Okay, continuing on here. We've started on a roll, and then we lose 7-2 to the San Jose Sharks. Great. Okay. And rolling forward more. Oh my goodness, we are 8-1 so far. Make it 8-1-1 to start the season. 17 points in 10 games. We're rolling. We are rolling. Kari Teravainen's got 16 points in those first 10 games. I think it's safe to say putting Teravainen with Belchet's works extremely efficiently. And yeah, that second line, holy moly, they are cruising right now. Let's keep that together. That is going to be the play. Our top line is doing fine too. DuPont only has 7 points so far, so I was really hoping for a little bit more from him. Considering he's playing 26 minutes a night, I would hope so, but you know what? We'll take it as it is. Nothing's going bad yet. I mean, Holloway with 2 points is not amazing. I was really hoping for more from him. And Ramo Timonen as well, not amazing. Hunter Sogas has got 4 goals already, so yeah, there's give and take there for sure. All right, so a great start to the year. When it comes out, yeah, unfortunately I will be biting the bullet and paying for NHL 25 pretty much as soon as it comes out. And all right, let's get up to our next scouting date here being November 12th, and we lose Teravainen until the 8th. Great. Okay, well, I don't know who we're playing in at center there, but we will take it, I guess. Saunders is playing now. Okay, yeah, he should be playing. I don't see why he wouldn't be. We're waiting on... Was Sekros really the second line center? I guess he was. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. So we'll put Gaudreau back in here because he's the guy that I want playing in there. And okay, that should be good for now. I did the AHL thing. Okay. We'll go to edit lines here and swap around a couple things. Okay, why don't we go Timonen up there for now? That'll make more sense for now at least. Teravainen should be back here pretty soon, but let's see how the goalie numbers are looking. 907, 10 out of 14, and 1 out of 1. That's not amazing for Modine. I was really hoping he'd get a few more games than that. Oh, you know what? I think I might have left auto-rotate off still. Hold on, that's probably what's happened here. Hold on. Oh my goodness, lines. Okay, so I think I left goalie auto-rotate off, so that might be detrimental to Modine's growth, so hopefully it isn't. But yeah, we'll have to go and check that quickly, because yeah, I'm pretty sure we need to run Modine in here a little bit more than we have. I turned it off for the playoffs, and then I'm pretty sure I forgot to turn it back on. Oof. Okay, let's yeah, auto-rotate goalies off. I'm turning auto-save back. I don't know why I had that off. That makes no sense. Maybe I turned it off by accident. I don't know. Okay, so we are pretty well up to the next go. Ethan Belch just got 10 goals in 15 games. That's absurd. Okay. And we'll finish off here with a 11-4-1 record. 23 points. Pretty much top of the league, just behind the Flyers there. Again, we're like second place. But Belchet scored 2 points in that last game. That's great. Okay, so, I mean, with the auto-rotate for goalies on now, I think we should probably be fine. With Modine, we'll get a lot more games because of that. Alright, and we'll go up to just before January 15th with these scouting reports. And get all that done. Russia's done. Up to the next one. Alright, good Liga scouting. Should be, that's the wrong one. Good SHL scouting as well. Not quite good enough SHL scouting. It's very close, but you know what? It's all good. Yeah, the goal with NHL 25, you only have Russian scouts. You doing like a country and club kind of series or what? Like that's, I mean, I know I've seen those on like FIFA, but it's kind of hard to do it in NHL. Regardless, I'm so confused on what Glitch was talking about for the menu. Like, I literally don't know what he was talking about. For NHL 25, though, the plan will be to get the game as soon as it comes out, rip out a whole bunch of tutorial videos within the first couple weeks. So again, how to deke is always my kind of biggest viewed video. So we'll do how to deke, we'll do a couple other tutorials, like I remember, I have a picture on my phone of it, somebody requested a few other tutorials on how player growth works, things like that, so we will hit, I'm planning on making like 10 plus tutorials, because then that'll actually bring in the majority of the views for that year, which is the plan at least, so yeah, and then of course we'll run a few series here. I get the feeling we'll probably be live streaming more series because I've actually had a ton of fun with it. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. That's the plan, at least, is by putting the tutorial videos out, you get a lot of new viewers in, people that are looking for help with the game, things like that. And then yeah, it's like, I think that how to deke tutorial video I made, which would have been right at the start of NHL 24, has got like, I think it's #1 on my channel as far as video views go, and that's like over the entire course of my channel's history, which is crazy. Let's see, content, most views. Yeah, it's got 77,000 views since the start of this year, and it's a 13-minute video. Like, it's for sure one of the best viewed videos I've ever had. It's also the only video that has over 1,000 likes on it, which is crazy. So yeah, safe to say that that video being made was very beneficial to my channel. It only took me maybe 1 day to make, not even. And yeah, by doing that, grows the channel big time. If I have more of those videos out, it's gonna again improve my quality of viewership gained, which is huge for what I need for my channel. So yeah. And then the other thing with it too, yes, to answer your question there, Halsey, the thing I would like to see the most would probably be, yes, I would love to see improved Be a Pro. I would also love to see just add like 24 features to franchise mode. Like, bring back a bunch of the features we had in NHL 14 franchise mode, and then we'll be okay. Then we'll be good. Then I'll be all right with the EA devs. I don't need, if I'm being honest, GM Connected is stupid. It's not going to work very well because it's so hard to connect players like that. Don't get me wrong. I would be down to host a GM Connected League. It would really make something, it would make for a very interesting and entertaining series on YouTube. But I just think there's going to be way too many issues with it as far as bugs and problems and things that just do not work out. I really think they are struggling with GM Connected as far as the EA dev team goes. And, it's like online franchise mode, essentially. So that's the thing where they're like, we're bringing back GM Connected. It's going to be great. It's going to be online franchise mode. It's going to be all these things. And I'm sitting there looking at it like, your franchise mode's already buggy enough. Why would you try to go and put it into an online version? It doesn't make sense to me. It's like, why not just add features to franchise mode? Add retired jerseys. Add World Juniors. Add, I don't know, like, there's so many things you could do. Get your licensing for, maybe not the NCAA, because I know that's difficult, but get your licensing for coaches and get your licensing for Russian players and like do these things that just make the game so, yeah, All-Star game, exactly. Like, there's so many things that they could improve on that would take minimal coding effort and game development effort, and they don't do it. And it's like, EA, man, you guys are literally missing out on an entire crowd. Like, I would have no problem paying the $80 for the game if franchise mode was better. Franchise mode's okay. It's not the best ever. It's also not the worst thing ever. Like, it's not like NHL 15 bare bones franchise mode that we got as soon as we switched over to the new consoles. But there's just so much missing. All right, and that's my rant for the day. I think I've actually gotten my breath in now, so just season mode does. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can. But yeah, 2K does. Like, literally just look at NBA 2K. Look at all their features and go, oh, yeah, quick edit's probably not a bad option as far as if your player drops potential for literally no reason when they had a 120-point season and then they go from a medium franchise to a medium elite. And you're like, why? That you can just go back and go, whoop, flip their potential back up and it's not a problem. But then again, like, yes, that's a use and abuse kind of system, but yeah, just copy 2K better. That's all I can say. Add expansion in-game, like, literally allow league settings so you can control how the league runs. Do things like that. Like, it's really not hard, but it's really not something that would kill the EA dev team either, so. All right. It could be God mode, yes, but it's like, you play at God mode, but to a realistic standpoint. Not like, oh, I want my team to be all 99 overall players. Like, nah, it's not. It's not fun. I mean, some people would probably do that, but all right, we're back into the sim. We're back into the season here now, and we will head through the remainder of November, see how it goes, and Ivan Zaikov's out till the 19th, so that's a week. That's not actually the worst ever. We've had worse injuries than that for sure. But, yeah, they probably just, they threw Rogers right on the top pair. That's fine. Okay, we get Milan Sekras back, so we'll throw him in over McClellan here. And bada bing, bada boom. That should work nicely. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's... They're restricting our creative ability so much, and it's so annoying. Alright, Harrison George is out. Zaikov's back. That's going to be messy. Oh, boy. Yeah, of course he did that. That means the power play is going to be all messed up. Yep, you betcha. Thank you, game. That was so worth it. Oh my goodness. I hate how stupid the AI is sometimes. Ooh, not Korka. There we go. Okay, and then I don't really care about the PKs if they're going to be messed up or not. But, okay, let's get to it. Oh my goodness. And Cole Rogers immediately gets injured again. Way to go, game. Way to go. Alright, simulate up to the end of the month here, and we're definitely losing more games now than we were. And, okay, there we go. We win a couple. That's fine. We get Cole Rogers back. Very nice. Very nice. And yeah, no, we should not be playing Yervin in there. That just does not quite fit. Modine getting more games? No, he's not. And honestly, both of these goalies kind of suck right now, if I'm being honest. They're not doing nearly as good as I was expecting. Feel it will be a good year for rookies this year. Okay, interesting. Okay, so currently with 34 points, we are second only to the St. Louis Blues at this current point in time. We're up to November now, and we'll simulate through November and see how we do. Or sorry, through November. We're in December now. Hold on. Hold on a second. We're in December, so we're going up to January. Yeah, no, we're going up to January. Never mind. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart here. Okay, Johan Magnuson's injured. That's great. Not going to look at the draft class just yet. Give it more time. And multiple Halifax players are ready to be dressed, so we'll probably have to go in and edit that lineup here pretty soon. Let's do that. Yeah, exactly. If he posts an 883 as a starter, then we're going to have a problem. But I'm sure it'll be okay. Just, again, give it time. Let it work itself out. I'm really not stressed about that contract. I think it is going to turn out for the best in the long run. Look at the 924 on Delmar. That's insane. And, yeah, 883 is not amazing, so that's probably why he's not playing a whole lot right now. But, yeah, Modine's going to have to step it up here in just a moment, so. Okay, apparently Hedberg was injured. I didn't even know he was injured. Whatever. He's 89 rated, though, and he's got 24 and 32. Looking okay. Nothing crazy from him. We've seen better seasons in the past, but, you know what? We will take it. Also, Belchat, 37 and 32. Nice. Looking good for Teravainen. Tuzolino, he's just disappointing. He just doesn't score. Like, I don't get it. Like, how are you this good, but you don't score? Oh, there we go. Modine's actually getting some game time now, and he's down to an 882. Oh, Jesus. Okay, Ludwig, get it going, buddy. Let's go. We need some wins here. I mean, not that we need wins. We're doing just fine. But, yeah, it's more so the matter of the 883 is not going to fly. And Stefan Goudreau is fully healed. Apparently he was injured. I didn't know he was injured. Yeah, okay. And Goudreau's taking a hit. He's literally just been injured the whole year pretty much. Nelson McBride is going to be a nice player coming up here. Good quality for a few of these guys. I'm pretty impressed with how it's going. Ooh, there's an ankle breaker now on Sven Hedberg. I like it. I like it. He's adding more X factors, which is exactly what we want to see. He kind of reminds me. He looks like a Nikita Kucherov to me, if I'm being honest. That's how that build looks. And all right, we are 23-11-3. The St. Louis Blues are 27-9 for 54 points. We've got 49, and the Vegas Golden Knights have caught us as well. So, all right, we'll go up to mid-January here, so the 14th, 15th, somewhere in that date and range, and see if the team continues to play this well or if we drop off a little bit or what happens. So we lose Mears to an injury. We lose Teravainen to his second injury of the season. Poor Kari, man. He's just getting killed out there. And, all right, Mears is back. He's been a point per game since Game 10, exactly. Like, he's been solid. I've got no qualms with how he's played recently, at least. Obviously, I wish he had started off the season a tad bit stronger, but, you know, you win some, you lose some, right? So, and then what is going on with our centers here? Why is... What? Who's supposed to be playing? I guess... Tuomainen can play there, but like we have all these other players that are significantly better than him. Okay. No, I don't think so. I mean, based on what we've seen with teams like who am I thinking here? Based on what we've seen with teams like who am I thinking? Based on teams with like Winnipeg and there's a couple other teams in there that it was like they had a bad season, they missed Vancouver, right? Like teams like that where there's been issues, there's been problems, but then they just give it the off season, they get their heads in the right spot. I think they won't. Exactly. I don't think they're making any big drastic moves. Yeah, they sold Hanifin and Lindholm and Tanev. Like they got rid of those three, but those were movable pieces as far as it clears space for the future guys to really come into their roles and make a difference. So like I don't think they're big sellers by any means. I think they might actually look to add a free agent or two, do something more along those lines. No, they won't blow everything up. No chance. No chance they do, because they still want to be competitive. They've still got this crazy good Edmonton Oilers team just north of them. They don't want to just get absolutely curb stomped by the Oilers for the next like 5 years. Like, no way. The fans don't want to see that. The fans want to see them at least try to compete, right? So why would you make that change? They do need a D-man this offseason. I'm getting the feeling too that Hunter Bruskowitz, Hunter or Henry? I think it's Hunter. That Hunter Bruskowitz is going to be really good. Bruskowitz, however you say his name. I literally can't say his name, but yeah, Hunter. He's going to be good. Like, I get the feeling, like, he led the OHL in points this year for D-man, which is crazy. But yeah, I get the feeling they're going to put him in the A for 1 year, and then he's just going to get thrown right to the NHL after that. Like, that's the feeling I have around him. And he signed a big entry-level contract, too. So, like, a bigger deal than usual. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, you guys pretty much fleeced the Canucks, and yeah, he's... he might not even sign in Vancouver now, so we'll see. Okay, so for our team so far, we're rocking at just right around a point per game. Teravainen and Belchetz have been lights out amazing. DuPont's just under a point per game, same with Misa. And then other guys, like Hedberg's on pace for what's going to be like a 60-ish point season again. He's, again, shooting the puck pretty well. Actually, worse than previous seasons. But, yeah, the second line is kind of carrying this team right now, if I'm being honest. 23 points for Zykov is absolutely amazing. He's on pace for a very solid season. Levshinov's got 22. Holloway's got 21. Solid from both of those guys. How about Hunter Sogas with 17 points so far? That's actually really solid. I'm quite happy about that. Raimo Timonen, definitely a step down from last year, but we're playing him on the fourth line, which is probably a mistake. I probably should be playing him third line minutes. The only thing is that the chemistry takes a hit from that. And our goaltending's been less than great. Sanchez has actually proved that he's going to be good. So, yeah, that's not great, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah, Belchez is probably going to get another 50. We'll see. He's only got 25 so far, so. But he has been steady on the 50-goal seasons throughout his career here. Like, you look at how many years he's played in the league. He's played since 27, so he's on year 8 or 9 now. Let's see, that's 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, he's on year 8, and he's had 4 50-plus goal seasons already. Like, that's crazy. He is a tried-and-true goal scorer, so. Yeah, that's a fun one for sure. But that's where we're at currently. The team is 27, 14, and 3 for a top of the division finish and a third place league standing right now. I like it. I like it. We're rolling. We're rolling along here. So let's get back to the scouting, because that's all we really do here in this series, and see what kind of potentials we actually pull out of the draft here this year. Like the third period. Okay, all right. You remember what you're gonna say? That's what it was. Okay, cool. I like the input. I know some of you guys are like, "Oh, play games," and then if I play games, I probably get too emotional about it. But so you're saying play the third period in streams if I stream, kind of thing? Is that what you're getting at there, Real Divinity? Sorry, I just didn't quite understand it there. Yeah, sure, we can do that. I would be down for that. I'd probably crank the AI learning way up, because I find Superstar usually is fairly easy for me. So sometimes it is. Other times I just get curb stomped by the AI. I'm like, whoa, okay, well, I wasn't ready for that. Play the games that matter. Okay, yeah. Like, we're not going to do it in this series. We're going to stick with the full sim and commentary for this series, because I really want to see if we can actually manage to win a cup or not by doing that, because if we can't, then that's tough, for one, but two, it shows that the game is complete chance then at that point, and it doesn't actually come down to any real skill of how well you can build your team. It's just complete random sim. So yeah, if that does end up happening where we make it through, because again, we're in year 12 already, so we only really have this 12-13 year window here to actually to actually win, right? So it does make it a little bit tighter than you like, but at the same time I feel like our team is definitely good enough to get a win at some point here. Like, I don't know if it's going to be this season necessarily. We are still a fairly young team, but we'll see. Yeah, exactly. Like, things like that happen. It's like, well, What? How? Like the Blackhawks and Canadians, was that like first season, Halsey, or what are you talking about here? Because I am interested in that. Because if that's first season, then that's absolutely just foul. Like that's really all I can say. This first season, oh my god, that's so ridiculous. Like that's exactly it. Is that the game is complete chance? It's complete random sim from the AI. It's like, oh, this player that isn't actually good is just going to put up this crazy good season, and you're going to have to deal with it. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Um, Maybe get a membership set up. So then Sin does with his members, where he puts them into the draft. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, yeah, we could definitely do that. I would be down for that. That would actually be a really fun idea. I know, like when I did my NHL 20 Draft to Glory franchise mode with the Reading Royals, I know that I think we had it set up so that I took all of the. Oh, I just scouted the same players twice. Oops. But I took all of the comments that people left for player builds, and then I made them in the game, and then you guys got to follow and track it, and it was like, it made it a lot more exciting, obviously, right? So yeah, storylines, that's the thing, is we could track it on the roster spreadsheet and everything too, so track the storylines, see how people do, who's the best player, things like that, and you can like, I wonder if you could, we could even set it up where you do like tiers of membership based on what potential you want as well. So if you want to be like a franchise player available every year kind of thing, or like in every save that we do, then we can set you up with like a slightly more expensive membership or something like that. Like that would be a cool idea, yeah. And then that's the thing, is you track it on the spreadsheet. So you go, this player had this many points, this subscriber had this many points, like do things like that. Like I think that's actually, yeah, that's really fun. That's a great idea. That would be fun. That would be so much fun. That's exactly how Sin does it. Is he like, does he have it set up with potentials too? Because yeah, that's exactly where my brain went. Like that's really smart. Yeah. Make some surprisingly decent money off of entertainment, right? Like that's funny, is people don't think, oh, entertainment, like that's doesn't seem like something that you could really make a living off of. It's like, no, you would be surprised what people are willing to pay for things that are entertaining to them. Like it's, again, people have like movie budgets on most months as far as what amount of money they're willing to spend to go see a movie out in public. Like now we're definitely in a more digital age where it's like, okay, that's less the case. Movie theaters definitely are dying, as far as they are not nearly in the same planet or stratosphere as they used to be for revenue earning businesses. But yeah, there's just so many new branches of entertainment now, and YouTube's one of them. And it's, again, it's like, if you enjoy it, why not do it, right? Like that's why I'm doing it. So all right, how are we rolling on stream time? 2 minutes, or 2 hours and 40 minutes. Yeesh. We've taken longer than I expected, but that's okay. $1.99 for a 70 overall starter. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, that's the thing, exactly, is if you're doing that every month and you get like 30-40 people in there, that's, yeah, exactly, 2 hours flew by. I was like, whoa, we are way further into the stream than I thought. $4.99 for 74 overall medium elite. That's so cool. I love that. Yeah, and then you do like a $9.99 for a 79 or 80 rated franchise player. Yeah, like that's cool. That's really cool. And as far as that membership goes, is that just for the series that he does it, or is it for like every single save that he does from there on? As long as you're still paying the membership, if you haven't canceled the membership, you just get left in the next franchise mode, or like how does that work? Because I'm very intrigued by this. This is a great, I really like this really. This is a great way for me to extend my channel earning capacity. So yeah, no, let me know. $14.99 for yeah, fair enough. I would probably make mine less, which would be crazy because then it would be you keep you could have like 5 franchise players in the draft, and it's like choose your age along with it as well. So like you can choose between a 14 and a, because that's the thing is you chose a 14-year-old that's 77 rated, that player is going to be like 84, 85 rated by the time the draft comes around, right? So yeah, that's something cool for sure. I missed a scouting report there. Yeah, I did. Yeah, exactly. Like that would be, I would probably do the same as well. Be like, oh, I want to be in the game, and I want to be, and like obviously the setup would let you specify your build and what type of player you want and all your details and attributes and everything. Like, I mean, that's the thing is as an NHL, like NHL 23, NHL 24, what will soon be NHL 25 player, I look at this and go, okay, I have a good idea of how to build out all the attributes for each specific type of player, whether it be power forward, two-way forward, playmaker, sniper, enforcer, grinder, whatever, or on the defensive side too. Extra $2 to like edit your own stat. I wouldn't even do that. I would say, well, yeah, like that's the thing is if you wanted to be like, oh, I want to be a power forward center, but I want to have this like absolutely ungodly shot where it's all like 90 plus to start, and then it's going to develop to like 99 overall or something, then yeah, then you can request that with an extra fee or something. Or I don't even know if it necessarily needs the extra fee, because that's the thing is like as much as this would be super fun, I don't want to like just gouge you guys for being part of my game either, right? Like that's the thing is I look at it and I see it, yes, it's a great opportunity, but yeah, that's gonna be a crazy fun addition. I'm so glad you brought that up, Real Divinity, because like I would have never thought of that, and I probably should pay more attention to other channels and people in my same kind of niche and see what they're doing. But yeah, no, that is awesome. I love that idea. Okay, so we're back to the sim here now, and I guess we only went up to January 14th, which is probably why that one date didn't work. Okay, so let's go just 2 days ahead, and then I'm going to go scout one player that I know we needed to scout again. But yeah, that's exactly it. It adds another source of potential earning capacity for us. So assign scouts, and then we got to go back to I'm trying to remember which region he was in now. I should probably just go look at the draft class first because I'll find him there quicker. But it was that Ferraro guy. Welcome tier list. Welcome back. Yeah, no, that was absolutely tremendous. Real Divinity, like thank you so much for that. That has really gotten the gears turning in my head here. So. Alright, he's in the queue. Alright, we will go and scout Sawyer Ferraro here because he was the one player that like didn't scout properly up to the right date. So we'll go with our top queue scout. And then we'll go back. Ah, he still hasn't even been scouted yet. Okay, well, that's great. Okay, we'll leave that for a little bit longer, but yeah, he's going to be one of the players that we probably have to scout later on. Okay, so as we continue on here with the sim now, the team's looking good. We got a great record with 27, 14, and 4 so far. And we're going to finish off this month with another shootout win there. And then we beat Vegas, which is big. We need to beat the Golden Knights because they're one of the few teams ahead of us. We lose Andy Healy to a bruised hand. He probably punched a guy too hard. That would be my bet. You know when the next stream is happening? Not yet. I kind of haven't really planned out my next week yet. I mean, this is Thursday today? Yeah, and I'm working a lot of the next mornings coming up here, so that's I gotta get through that first, but yeah, I will. I mean, I also need to catch up on the amount of videos I've edited because every stream I do is 2 videos I have to edit, so by doing that, it definitely makes it a little bit more of a behind-the-scenes process for me. So, But I'm okay with it. It's great based on how much content we're punching out for the channel. Zykov gets injured. That's not great. But by doing that, it allows for, or by giving myself a few days break in between streams, it allows for me to get more of that editing done, which is really, it is big for most of the views on the channel right now aren't coming off of directly live streams. They're coming off of all the videos that I'm uploading afterwards. So that's where I do need to focus some more time for sure. But yeah, I will, again, check the community tab every day pretty much. Just once a day, go in there, go over to community, check quickly. Like, it doesn't take very long, but when you do that, then it actually, it doesn't guarantee, but it makes it more likely that you're not going to miss when I post something. Also, how about Sven Hedberg up to 47 and 56 now? He's already pushing his best points total yet. And he's 90 rated now at 20 years old. He's going to be a beast. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious me. I'm really looking forward to how good Hedberg's going to turn out here. Plus, I think having a 90 rated Sven Hedberg in the playoffs this year is going to make a little bit more of a difference. But yeah, I will try to get that next stream date posted as soon as I know. Let me actually look at my schedule here. I think I have next week's schedule out for work at least. Oh. It's likely going to be either Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. It'll probably be Monday, Tuesday next week. I think that's more than likely when I'm going to be streaming next. So yeah, keep an eye on that, because that's probably when it's going to happen. So, all right, Jay Swanson's healthy. That's good. Who's still injured? It's Muirs. Yeah, that makes sense. Standard is going to get his first game in the A. That's going to be exciting. And Modine, he has only won 4 games. That's not great. We might have messed up. We probably messed up. It's weird because with one player like Hedberg, it works out great. And then with another player like Modine, it just backfires right in our face. But yeah, it is probably going to be Monday, Tuesday will be the next streams. So it'll be a little bit of a gap here. But again, got to catch up. So, all right, let's put Muirs back in here. Probably help his stats and scoring. He's gonna be good. Stefan Muirs is going to be a beauty in no time here. He's really looking legit. Leonard Strudwick's also looking absolutely legit. So, oh, I messed up. I messed up a little bit. Okay, so let's go back to the NHL there, and we lost both of those games. Go figure. But yeah, into the trade deadline here, we cannot participate. It's true, his save percentage is improving, but yeah, we want to see more wins from Modine. I would love if he was at like an 8 out of 9 wins or something. 2 blockbusters, that's your guess? Alright, let's see what we see. And 0. Literally no blockbusters. That's boring. Oh well. That happens. But yeah, alright, into March. We're 38 and 26 essentially here. We've gotten 6 loser points. And not great on the season ticket drive, but we will continue on. And 86 points we lose to the Kings. That's not great. I don't think we're catching the Hurricanes. They've got 97 points. Yeah, we'd have to go on some ungodly win streak here to actually catch them. And Millman's the guy I was putting back in here. I had a brain fart there for a second. I'm like, what am I doing again? But yeah, Millman goes in. That's probably the case, yeah. I would say there is probably a lot of teams with not good contracts, that's for sure. But how about our AHL group here? Like, you look at some of the ratings on these guys, like, they're looking good. Like, Hugo Fucale, I know he's 24, but, like, he's got potential to make the show next year. Same with Stefan Muirs. Same with Leonard Strudwick. Strudwick's having a heck of a year, 61 points. Like he's looking good. So yeah, keep an eye on those guys down in the A. And you know what? Let's go take a peek at the draft class. Why not? Looks like Holmberg's going to be the top player, but Parsons is going to be a steal. Apart from that, ooh, hello. A couple more wingers that we can get our hands on for sure. And a low elite. Philippe O'Neill looks pretty solid too. Dawson Hinidi, I don't know how you say that name. That is an interesting name for sure. Ooh, there's a good player. Harrison Popovich is going to be sick. We're not going to get him, though, obviously. We're just not going to have the ability to. Timo Imonen. That's a great name. We might have to draft him. Timo Imo. Oh, man. Oh, I love it. Ooh, hello, hello. Looking good on defense, too. I mean, they are 19-year-old players, but still. Cannot complain about that. And a medium starter way back. All right. Honestly, not the worst draft class I've ever seen, I gotta say. I've definitely seen worse, even when we were playing on the medium. Now that's a player. Yeah, Timo, exactly. And the fact that his name's Timo Imonen is so good. Like, that's hilarious. You just call him Timo Imo. If his name was Timo Timonen, we would like have no choice but to draft him. His name's Timo Imonen, which is close, but not quite the same. Just Timo squared, or Timo 2, or something like that. Like, there's so many different names you could give him. Oh my goodness, 93 rated Belchi. Let's go. That's absolutely disgusting. That's the highest rated forward we've ever had on our team. And I mean, we've got a 91 rated 20-year-old Hedberg, so he's going to be getting up there too. But yeah, my goodness. Sogas has been pretty good. He's got what, 26 points. Like, Hunter has been solid. He may become franchise. We'll see. I don't trust it entirely, but we'll have to wait. Only 30 points for Holloway this year is not ideal, not after his 70-point campaign. And 36 for Levy. That's also not amazing. 73 and 75 for DuPont is very good. That's more what we were expecting. We'll see if he can just crank it out right at the end of the year and put up a crazy finish. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Is Kirka injured? Oh no, Kirka's back now. Okay, that's what I was looking at. We'll get Jorg back in there. And then, how's the goalies looking? 5 shutouts and 39 wins. That's crazy. Point above point per game since game 10, exactly. And then, there we go. He's up to a 900. So, yeah, Modin's slowly and steadily improving. So, we'll take it. But, yeah, Belchet's is just cooking right now. Like, you gotta love that. And then, how about 79 points for Kari Teravainen? That's crazy. It's not 91 like Belchet's, but like those guys are just cooking the league. Yeah, Modin is he's at a 900 now. He's won 7 out of 13, so he's definitely cruising. But yeah, he's getting better. So Modin was probably a mistake on our part, but we'll see. We'll see if I eat those words or not. And all right, do we finish off the season with all wins, or are we gonna lose one here? Yes, he did sign the contract, so we're gonna be either biting the bullet or thanking ourselves. Who knows at this point? It's definitely up in the air. But yeah, honestly, heck of a year from this team. I'm very happy with how things have gone here. And even if we don't finish in a top seed, oh my god, we beat the Penguins 12-1. So it looks like we're probably the 3rd best team. Yeah, that's all good. That is all good. Peaceful, we were talking about, if you look, you might not be able to see it. I missed the one comment here. Richards could be your first rounder. Okay. Timonen could be funny. Yeah. 93, he might become franchise. Let's see what else. Oh, nice. That's really good. Oh, wait, no, he grew, so he fell. That sucks. So, yeah, the other thing we talked about on this stream, Peaceful, is that for next year for NHL 25, maybe we'll look to rock. Oh, Belchets was 1 goal off of a 50-goal season again. But we'll probably look to add in membership settings for franchise modes where it's a monthly membership, but then you get your own created player in each of my saves. It was probably, let's see, where are we at? Like this. It's what Sin does, like Sin for the win. It's what he does with his memberships, where like you get a created player in the saves if you pay the membership, and there's like different membership tiers. So like if you're willing to pay more, you get a better player in the game, versus if you're you just want to pay the base, you get like a 60 something rated or like a 70 rated player. So yeah, exactly. Like it's not just neat, it's a great way for me to potentially earn more money. Oh my goodness, Matthias Moeller might have to be our pick here. Wow. That's actually insane. That is an NHL ready two-way forward there. Wow. Okay, we're gonna have to probably look into drafting him. We won't get him with the second round pick, that's for sure. Byers is a 1-year ETA too. That's crazy. A gem guy in Olsen, and that's pretty much it. I don't know why I pinned Jorgensen. And okay, we're getting some decent quality overall here. I'm not upset with the draft class this year. It looks okay. But yeah, Matthias Moeller, man, he's gonna be good. But that's the thing. That's the thing, Peaceful, is the whole point of having that membership and that setup is that you'd set it up so then we would actually follow along and track your player throughout the save as well. Like it wouldn't just be like giving up on it and like, okay, you got your player, they're in there, we're not going to pay attention to them until they retire kind of thing. Like, no, we pay attention year by year, or maybe every other year, but yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we are now at the end of the season. Let's do the regular season wrap-up, I believe, because, yeah, all the teams are done their games. The AHL should be done, too. Cody Sweat put up 81 points. That's crazy. All right, so for the regular season standings, I mean, we were obviously the best team in our division by a long shot. And the Florida Panthers were actually the worst team in our division this year. Thank you so much, Peaceful. I appreciate it. But yeah, St. Louis Blues were better than us. Anybody else? There's probably a couple more teams. Carolina was better than us. And Vegas was just worse than us. So yeah, we finished third place this year, 52, 22, and 8. Very solid record. Not quite as good as the Blues. But the Blues have got Jace Lyon, who's absolutely insane. I think Duchesne's really good too. And of course, they've got Luke Hughes, who's just a godsend. But yeah. Thank you, Halsey. Appreciate it as well. Yeah, that's the goal. That's what I try to do, right? So, Rochan, and they've got a Hudson there. I'm not sure which one, but they've got a Hudson in Carolina. And then Vegas, obviously, has got that Yzerman-Eichel line, which is crazy. Plus, they got Bertis and a few other really good players, too. So, that is your league. That is how things play out this year. I am actually interested who is the worst team in the league. It's not like there's a franchise player at the top of the class, but Nashville's the team. Chicago's still down in the basement, unfortunately, even with it's the contracts they signed. They spent way too much money on way too few players. But here is our team this year. 90-point season for the Wolf Slayer himself, Kari Teravainen. Tops a previous season high of 83, which is absolutely insane. He didn't break his single season assist record, but he blew his goal record out of the water. What an effort from Kari. That is fabulous. Michael Misa and Landon DuPont both over a point per game as well there with 85 each. Fabulous scoring from those guys. DuPont hits 84. Sven Hedberg scores an 81-point season as a 20-year-old. That is for sure one of the best seasons we have seen from a Draft Plus 2 player so far up to this point. He... like an underground YouTuber, but not in a bad way. Yeah, exactly. I'm a little hidden, right? That's all that matters, really. Like Vasilyev didn't even get 70 points this year, so that's a little bit sad considering he was playing on the top line. Maybe we'll see. You never know. Maybe if I started doing Hut, then I would have blown up, right? But I don't enjoy Hut. I just don't. And Nigel always shows up. Exactly, yeah. Nigel loves to invade on our streams here, or just recordings in general. Hunter Sogas scored 31 points, so that's very solid. Let's go forwards and defense. So yeah, Sogas was by no means our worst scorer. And Kuiper scores 25, not bad. Ooh, he dropped to medium 9 though. That was a harsh reality check there. Houston scored 15. Do you plan on more Be a Pro videos? I want to. They don't get views. That's the problem. Is like I think I need to make them shorter. Honestly, yeah, it's hard to have fun in Hut. Exactly. Like it just doesn't really hit for me. So, all right, there's your defense. Absolutely crazy scoring all around. Very balanced apart from DuPont, who just took the lead and ran with it. Yeah, Be a Pro is very little fun. It's a lot of grindy kind of gameplay, and yeah, it's not like this where you can sim through it quickly at least. It's not something everyone wants, exactly. And here are your stats for the year. So Ludwig Modin finishes just shy of a 900 save percentage. 9 out of 15 wins, pretty solid, but yeah, not exactly what we were hoping for either. He definitely could have been better. No shutouts versus Sanchez gets 5. And then, yeah, 43 wins. It's definitely his best season yet. Yeah, it was funny because it's like, oh, Sanchez can't get any better, and then he posts a crazy good stat line. It's like, well, great. So, for the overall league this year in the NHL, we're going to see Joey Evans score 114 points and 66 goals. My man is genuinely a franchise center there. That is crazy. Jace Lyon looks really good in St. Louis with 110. Bearchild scores 105. Ozzy McIntyre, for a tiny player, scored a ton of points as well. I mean, he was playing with Bearchild, so that probably helps. Pekka Hartikainen turns out to be absolutely amazing for them as well. Exactly, unless I want to manually switch. Ooh, there's a decent season from Gavin McKenna at 27 years old. He puts up 102 points. Same with Alexis Joseph there. A lot of small players. Yeah, exactly. But then there's also Ethan Belchetz, who's just a monster. But yeah, look at some of the scores here this year. This is crazy. So many 100-point guys. How many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Do we not have scoring on medium? That's 12 100-point players. I'm pretty sure we have scoring on medium. I might be wrong, but yeah, that is insane. Most assists this year goes to Bearchild. DuPont was right there, but 7 shy of that mark. And then most goals tied between Evans and Chucko. They're going to dually win the draw. Pearl Halverson looks amazing in Columbus. Pedrich Hrabas looks so good in Pittsburgh as well. So yeah, crazy good scorers there. And then for the other stats this year, rookie skaters, Sogas finishes 4th behind Sumal. That's crazy. Sumal, of course, Svitov, and Derek Dexter in Tampa Bay, of all places. All right. For goalies this year, Zarkov just tops out Sanchez with the most wins. He had a much better goals against average and also had 5 shutouts. Most shutouts in the league goes to Joakim Pakarainen in Philadelphia. Looks like a fringe starter goalie that just popped off. He only won 18 games, so Philly probably wasn't very good. But then for defensive points this year, it's going to be Landon DuPont at over a point per game, leading the way. He has a good shot of winning the Norris this year. Only 12 penalty minutes as well. How about 0 penalty minutes for Cale Makar? That is crazy. But yeah, James Rochon in Carolina looks really good too. Luke Hughes is absolutely amazing as well. And yeah, Adam Fox went to LA, so that probably helped them quite a bit. But yeah, DuPont for the Norris. He could be in for his second Norris trophy here in what is, I think, 4 years, maybe 3 years. Let me check my spreadsheet. So yeah, 2 years ago. So it's within 2 years that he could win 2 Norris trophies, or within 3 years, sorry, I guess, because he didn't win last year, but he could win this year. And yeah, DuPont's looking very good. Some other guys, notable name, this guy I always miss, Jamal McArdle, is actually a very good defenseman too in LA. But yeah, that's your stats for the year for the NHL at least. Let's go over and check out how the Growlers did now. Or sorry, not the Growlers, the Huskies. So holy moly, Halifax. The Huskies put up a 77.4 total point percentage with a 62-17-3 record and 127 points to top their division and top the league by a whopping 14 points. That's 7 more wins than the next closest team. That is insane. Holy Halifax. I told you the Huskies were just going to pop off and win it all. I knew that was coming. So there you have it. What a freaking year from Halifax, man. This team was just clicking, running on all cylinders. Cody Sweat scores 81 points to lead the team. We also have Fukale and Strudwick at over 70 points. Mures, if he hadn't gotten hurt, probably would have been there too. 67 points for Galley Jr. Let's go. What an improvement from year to year. He just found a way to get more assists this year. But yeah, overall, holy moly, what a year it was for this team. Just balanced, deep scoring this year. And then the defense. Well, Magnuson actually leads all defense with 38 points. That's sick. McBride was good with 34 too. We had very, very balanced scoring from our top 6 D-men though. That's what it takes to win for sure. And then 45 wins for Sawyer Saunders. Oh my goodness. And then when Delmore got hurt, Standard stepped in as the backup and had no issues really. Like an 899 is pretty good. Not the best ever, but for a 21-year-old that hasn't really seen any pro hockey at that point, that's solid. I'm very happy with his performance too. So there you have it for the regular season. What a year it was. McBride was easily our best rookie. He's also just a huge defenseman, so that's going to be nice in the near future. But yeah, man, what a year it was for the Halifax Huskies. So let's go check out the entire league for scoring. Oh my goodness, Yuri Shishkinov in Cleveland, scores 101 points. That is absurd. There you can see all the other guys that scored too. Cody Sweat just makes the top 6 there. But yeah, Philippe Byers and a few other guys were very good in here too. I'm quite impressed with the scoring numbers there. Sergei Mogilny, drafted 11th by the Bruins, traded to the New York Rangers by the looks of it. Scores 44 goals, tied with Andre, how do you say that? Petruzalik? Andre Petruzalik. He's Czech, that makes sense. All right, and then Ferrelli was good. Denisov scored a lot. Hamill scored a lot. Picard scored a lot. And yeah, we had nobody anywhere near the goal scorer. Not anywhere near. Hugo Fukale scored 36, so that's pretty good. But yeah, that was your scoring numbers there. Best rookie was Elias Haldi. It's a great name. Best goalie was obviously Sawyer Saunders, but he might not get the goalie trophies this year, as Jalen Neal was absolutely lights out for the Providence Bruins as well. 8 shutouts is insane. And then the best D-man was Stefan Obergauer, a guy that we definitely passed on in the draft probably a decade back now. And yeah, he does pretty well in the AHL there. So that is it for your scoring titles and leaders and everything like that. What a crazy season it was for the Huskies. The Growlers were great too, but they were not like head and shoulders above the rest of the league. There are still other teams that we are going to have fierce competition with here. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do we wrap the stream up here and then save the playoffs for the next episode? I wouldn't be against that because we're over 3 hours now at this point. I'm starting to get a little bit worn here as far as just how long this has gone. Future is bright. 101. 101. Yeah. So yeah, as far as future streams go for the series, at least Peaceful, probably Monday, Tuesday next week. Those seem to be the days that I have off that are going to work well. So Sunday, I've got a fairly busy day still, even though I'm not working. But yeah, exactly, yeah. That's kind of the plan. Is I don't want to burn myself out. I think this kind of feels like a natural point to stop the stream. We got a heck of a playoff matchup coming up here. Let's just advance one day and see who our matchup's going to be. It's probably going to be... It's either going to be New Jersey or Montreal. One of those two. If it's Montreal, we are plotting our revenge. But if it's Montreal, it might not be. And I know, Peaceful, you're a Canadiens fan. But all right, let's advance one day. Just see who... Hate to go out without any candy. Exactly. That's the thing. All right, so let's advance a day. Here is the... You're also half central. Yeah, and I'm sitting here like staring daggers at the Canadiens because they beat us last year, or 2 years ago. But it is going to be the Devils' first round. All right, so New Jersey will be our team. It's going to be a fun one, I think, but let's go just check them out to end off this stream here. Yeah, you guys are like, oh no, he's got it out for the Canadiens this year. This could be bad. It's probably funny because if it was the Canadiens, we'd probably lose in the first round again. But oh my goodness, Vigo Bjork he hit an elite status player. That's crazy, absolutely crazy there. Will Shannon's a heck of a player. They got Paul Boos. I forgot about him. He's looking good. Philip Ekberg looks solid. But yeah, that's a good forward core there. That center core is insane, exactly. The defense is pretty good. Nothing really compared to our defense, but there is a Datsuk there too. Yes, indeed. Joseph Wall's in there. Interesting makeup of a team. I am interested in that. Igor Datsuk, drafted by Carolina initially. But yeah, that's our matchup. We're definitely going to have a mismatch for the centers. Fourth line center on that team is my second, their fourth line center is my second line center in my draft glory. Yeah, that's exactly it. I don't know. It might not be that big of a mismatch. It's just going to be a little bit of a mismatch. But I say we do run Raimo Timonen in that spot. I think that would just make sense. Because he's got the playoff experience. He's going to be able to check those guys a little better. He might not be quite as fast as Sogas, but I think he's a smarter player. So, yes, we're going to move Big Tim up to the third line. Big Tim, that's a great name. Big Tim, what a nickname there. I like it. He's not huge. He's 6 feet tall. He's not like an Andy Healy or an Ethan Belchatz, but I like the name Big Tim because he's not that big. It's great. But yeah, that's where we're at. That's what the team's looking like. Honestly, I think we stand as good a chance as anybody here. We will be finagling with the goaltending if there are any issues at all, but we'll have to wait and see. Exactly, Peaceful, exactly. We have the better team on paper. It's literally just a matter of does the sim love us or hate us today. So we're going to save that for the next stream. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in and watching. It's been a great stream. Honestly, I had a fantastic time with you guys. I think we had a very productive year here with the Growlers, and I mean, hey, certain guys are growing extremely well down here too, which is great. Smith Pelly's up to a 70, but it's gonna be a fun ride here coming up for these next playoffs to see if we can actually make a dent in our previous playoff records of a second round. I believe it was a Game 5 elimination to the Montreal Canadiens. So yeah, that is where we're going to wrap this stream up. We'll see what happens in the next episode. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And make sure to check my community tab for those next stream dates. And of course,
watch the uploads if you, for whatever reason, miss the live streams. But that is it for me. This is Etaniel signing out, and until next time.